Welcome to the world of Pixelmon, a realm where Minecraft and Pokemon collide. Here you can find all sorts of creatures, such as this Pidgey, a bird Pokemon that is docile in nature and flees from most battles. It spends most of its time foraging for food, such as small bugs. The further you venture into this world, however, the more daunting Pokemon you will discover. Moving to the mountains, uncommon Pokemon like this Tyranitar will appear. This Pokemon is so powerful that it can bring down entire mountains, leaving a treacherous wake in its path. And although extremely strong, Tyranitar encapsulates just the tip of the Pokemon iceberg. You see, this here is what's called an Arc Chalice. An artifact so powerful, many fear even the slightest interaction with it. If used properly, the god Pokemon Arceus will be summoned. From what I've heard, awakening the gods from their slumber may result in utter chaos, and very few trainers are skilled enough to control it. Everything I've told you so far is true for normal Pixelmon worlds, but where we are is a bit different. Oh, yeah, this is me, by the way. Hello, my name is Alec. Anyway, this region is where the strongest trainers live. It's called Smash, the Smash region. Okay, I'm not sure who named it that, and I really don't want to know why they did. All I know is this is where the strongest Pokemon trainers reside. This isn't Kanto, it's not Johto, and it's not Hoenn. In fact, it's nothing like any of the Pokemon regions you are familiar with. Here the Pokemon are different. Here the Pokemon are fierce. Here the Pokemon are unlike anything you've ever seen before. And that's because fusion Pokemon have taken over as the supreme Pokemon of the region. Some fusions are small and adorable, while others look giant and ferocious. But make no mistake, when any two Pokemon combine, they wield immense power. I have 3 goals in mind for these next 100 days, and honestly, the first one might just be impossible. I want to complete the entire Generation 1 Pokedex. Given that there are 151 Pokemon, 5 being legendary and many others being ultra rare, I don't know if this is possible. But if that wasn't challenging enough, my second goal is to climb the ranks of the Battle Tower and become the #1 Battle Tower player on the entire server. And last but not least, if I didn't make it obvious enough already, I want to attain at least 1 fusion Pokemon. By the way, the server I'm playing on is called Smash MC. It offers plenty of amazing features, some of which I've already mentioned. But it also has custom Paradox Pokemon, custom textured Pokemon, Lucky Blocks, mini games, 8 gyms in Elite Four, and my personal favorite feature, a War Zone. With the limited time and challenging goals I've given myself, I won't be able to explore every aspect of the game. So, if you guys enjoy this video and want to see more, make sure to leave a like, and I will make a 200-day sequel continuing the series. While you're down there, if you notice that the subscribe button is still red, feel free to click it to turn it gray. We are so close to 700,000 subscribers, and I would love to hit that by the end of the year. Anyway, with all of that being said, it's finally time to start. And so I joined the network and entered the Zacian server. And here we are, the starter screen. I've done a lot of thinking thinking as far as what starter I want to pick, and obviously it's going to be one of the Generation 1 starters, since it is one of our goals to complete the entire Generation 1 Pokedex. Personally, my favorite starter out of the 3 is Squirtle, but after doing some research, I've decided that Charmander will be our best bet. That's because Charizard has the most amount of Pokemon that it can fuse with, some of which aren't even legendaries. But Blastoise, for example, the only Pokemon it can fuse with is Kyogre. So Charmander it is. Begin your adventure. And here we are in the Smash region, eh? Well, let's check out our first Pokemon, a shiny Charmander. He's only a little tater tot, level 5. But soon, little guy, you'll be one of the strongest Charizards in the world. The first thing I decided to do was get rid of all of my Pokeballs except for 5. The server does give you quite a few to start off with, but I wanted this to feel like the most authentic version of Pokemon possible. So I dumped them all over here and only kept 5 Pokeballs for myself. So after that, the first thing that I did was RTP. That command teleports you randomly into the wilderness, and it took me straight to a savanna biome, where I instantly found so many Generation 1 Pokemon. The problem was, Charmander was only level 5, and all of the Pokemon here were at least in the double digits. Ooh, and the first thing we found is a level 14 Nidoran. As much as I wanted to add to my team instantly, I didn't want to risk wasting any of my 5 Pokeballs on a full HP Pokemon. So I cut my losses and left. Ooh, here's level 34 Rhyhorn. I definitely can't take that on yet. But we've already found a Nidoran, an Ekans, and a Rhyhorn. It's gonna be a little bit before I can catch all these Pokemon, but at least it's good that we're finding Generation 1 Pokemon so early. Ooh, and a starter Pokemon Chikorita right off the bat. These are ultra rare to find. So far, we're actually getting pretty lucky. Oh, and our first Pokeloot is a Ganlon berry. Hello? Any combis in here? Charmander, burn it to the ground. Now, as much as I wanted to get off to a hot start and catch a bunch of Pokemon, it was way harder than I thought. Finding wild Pokemon that were in the same level region as Charmander wasn't that easy. For some reason, I couldn't find any Caterpies or Metapods or Weedles in this forest, which is typically where you find them. So instead of leaving peacefully, I crashed out a little bit and decided to cut down half the forest. Suck on that, Caterpie! Ooh, check this out, apricorns. This is exactly what we need to craft Pokeballs. Yes, red apricorn. Now, these are good for Pokeballs, but that is it. The ones that I'm really after are the blue ones, the yellow ones, and the black ones. The way apricorns work is if you smelt them in a furnace, they harden. And with the smelted apricorns, you can craft the lids of Pokeballs. Then with iron, aluminum, or platinum, you can craft the base of Pokeballs. And with a lid, a base, and a button, that is how you craft the actual Pokeball itself. Ooh, a jungle. Surely we can find some low-level bugs in here. Ooh, and a level 10 Kakuna. And that makes a perfect dinner for my Charmander. Okay, I know Kakuna's level 10, but I think it should only know Harden. And that's the first move it uses, so seems like we're in good shape. One more Ember should do the trick, and Charmander should get a couple of levels. And there we go. Charmander's first elimination of many. And now that he was gaining some levels, I was feeling more confident to take on even more Pokemon. Let's go. Maybe now we can take on this Fomantis. Ember, super effective. And boom, down goes Fomantis. Let's go. 2 for 2. I took a look at my Pokédex and honestly, it was kind of sad. But seeing the silhouette of every single Pokemon did inspire me to keep on going. Level 7 Grubbin. I know what Charmander's about to start grubbing on. Good thing his name's not Sucking. That would be weird. Level 8. Ooh, and I just got Trainer level 2 and Battler level 2, which earned me 500 schmackaroonies. Ooh, Oddish. Level 6. This might be our first capture. Let's just scratch it, get it a little bit low, and see if we can catch it with the Pokeball. All right, here we go. Our first Pokeball thrown at a level 6 Oddish. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Let's go, boys. Come on. And there we go. Our first Pokemon captured, albeit not the strongest Pokemon in the world, but it's certainly progress. Technically, it did double the amount of Pokemon that we have. And this was just the start. Ooh, a level 12 Ekans. Maybe we can catch this thing too. I don't want to get too greedy though. Let's see. Ooh, that did a lot. Oh, that did a lot. Okay, we got him burned though. That's good. Let's try to throw a Pokeball at him now. Come on, it's only level 12. Surely we can catch him. Boom! Let's go! We are 2 for 2 with catching Pokemon, which is really important since we only have 5 Pokeballs. Give me Master Ball. Ooh, air balloon. Okay, that's not bad. I'll actually put that on Charmander. Collecting battle items was going to be really important for late game. Although everything kind of seems like sunshine and rainbows right now, the gyms and Battle Tower are no joke. In order to do well and succeed in them, you have to have a very strong team with perfect moves, EVs, IVs, and even held items. Now, the hot air balloon isn't the perfect item for Charmander, but it could be very useful for other Pokemon that I catch down the line. Ooh, I think that this is a blue apricorn tree. Oh, there's one right there. Yes, we are going to need a lot of these. These will be used to craft quick balls. Between me and you, I'm pretty sure quick balls are broken in Pixelmon and they're insanely overpowered. The way quick balls work is the earlier on in the battle, the more effective that it is. Meaning on turn 1, quick balls are extremely effective. This makes catching Pokemon, well, very quick, which is why they are my favorite Pokemon. And I'm pretty sure in Pixelmon, they're even more powerful than they're supposed to be, which was going to be very important if I wanted to succeed in my goal of attaining the entire 151 Generation 1 Pokemon. With that being said though, we do need to make the bases of the Pokeballs, and to do that, we're gonna have to go mining. And what better time to start than now? Okay, we need to get a ton of iron for our Pokeballs. Ooh, I forgot about the Pixelmon hammer. This thing is awesome. Check it out. It mines a 3x3 every time you mine 1 block. Haha, that's so cool. The problem with it though is it has terrible durability. So I'm hoping to get one later down the line with unbreaking and maybe even mending. Oh, for a second I thought this was diamonds. I think this is just a crystal. Well, it seems like you actually can make crystal tools. I wonder how good they are. Ooh, amethyst as well. Okay, that's not too bad. Ooh, some iron in here. What is this? Dusk stone. I don't think any Pokemon in Generation 1 evolved from a dusk stone, but I'll take it. A black shard? I've never heard of that. Booyah! Level 5 miner. Just wait till we hit level 18. You don't want to know what happens at level 18. Zigzagoon? What are you doing down here, buddy? These are the mines. This is for Steve. Rattata? What's a Rattata doing down here too? How'd you baboons get down here? Actually, I'll try to catch this Rattata. Hey, buddy. How do you feel about sitting inside of a tiny red ball for the rest of your life? Wow, he broke free. Not very cool, dude. I'm giving you one more chance. You're smug little rat face. If you break free, oh, let's go. There we go. I was gonna say that if you break free again, then I would rip both of your front teeth out and use it as a trophy. But you were a good boy. That's not going to happen. Ooh, shiny stone. That's definitely good. I forget what evolved from that. Ooh, I just remembered too, we do have a common scroll. Everybody gets one as a new player. We've already completed half of it, which is to move 1,000 blocks, but now we have to catch 13 Pokemon. Since it is just a common scroll though, we're probably not gonna get anything too good from it, but there are higher tiers of scrolls, and from those you can get some really good loot. After doing quite a bit of mining, my entire inventory filled up. And so I decided it was finally time to start working on our base. I found a nice plains area that seemed to be surrounded by many different biomes. And so I claimed a big piece of land. And this is where I would start my humble abode. The first thing I had to do, which was absolutely necessary, was terraforming. Okay, boys, look, I gotta be honest. I'm not that good of a builder, to, I believe, nobody's surprise. But that doesn't mean that you're not gonna get my all. As bad as I am at building, I still do like trying hard. But I can't make any promises that what you're about to see is gonna be anything impressive. One of the first things I did after claiming my land was plant the apricorns that I had harvested earlier. Now, I could turn these apricorns into Pokeballs instantly, but I figured it was best to invest in the future and plant them to be trees of their own. This way, I could harvest even more apricorns moving forward. I also got the iron ore smelting as soon as possible. Oh, wait, my tree already grew. Yo, that was crazy fast. Let's go. I guess we'll keep on investing. Ooh. Level 5 Druid. $500 in my pocket. That's what I get for breaking a ton of grass, I guess. 500 bucks, not bad, not bad. Yeah, check this out. Nice little plot of land we got working with now. Already got our farm going. All right, 64 iron ingots. And now what we can do with that is create the iron base for Pokeballs. I'm gonna save some iron for now, but we have 50 iron bases, which means theoretically we could make 50 Pokeballs. We just need to get our hands on a bunch of red apricorns and smelt them. them. We're getting a lot of blue apricorns too, so maybe we can just make exclusively great balls instead. But before we do any of that, I'm gonna go mining for a little bit and let all these apricorns grow while I'm gone. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna craft 2 more hammers as well. Boom, look at that, 3 hammers. Let's go. And we'll get 2 more pickaxes as well. We're gonna have to do a lot of mining. All right. I guess we'll go right here. Okay, this is bauxite ore. I know that it used to be really important in Pixelmon for making Pokeballs, but I don't think it is anymore. But I could be wrong. I was wrong. When you smelt it, it actually becomes aluminum, which I soon found out is what you need to make other types of Pokeballs, like Great Balls, for example. All right, Y level 9. Let's do it. See, imagine this pickaxe, but efficiency 5 and mending. That would be sick. Dude, what the jump scare? Bro, what is bro doing? Yo, chill. Why do I feel like he's about to jump me? I'm just gonna go this way. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna run this way. Give me a, oh my, how did I miss these? Oh my God, let's go. Diamonds, bang, 6 diamonds, let's go. We're actually getting a lot of levels already too. And that's the perfect amount of diamonds to craft a hammer. So if I can get to level 30, I could enchant a hammer, which could be really, really good. Imagine efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, fortune 3, mending, diamond hammer. Come on. If that doesn't get the blood pumping, I don't know what does. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at all these apricorns, dude. Now that we had a solid foundation of apricorn trees planted, I was able to harvest a ton of them. And so I decided to finally make Pokeballs. Okay, so when you smelt apricorns, you get cooked apricorns of that color. So there's 9 red apricorns and 9 blue apricorns. So if I were to put 3 of these in a row, you see I get 5 Pokeball lids, but that's not really what I want. Is this how I make Great Balls? How do I make Great Balls? Aha! So this gets us 3 Great Ball lids for every single one of these. So this should give us 12. There we go. And now, oh gosh dang it, I have to get buttons. I forgot about the button situation. Okay, let me smelt some cobblestone, and then with a couple of buttons, all we have to do is combine the iron bases with the lids, and then we will be able to make Pokeballs and Great Balls. Then we can really start catching a ton of Pokemon. Ooh, 36 Great Ball lids. Let's go. That's gonna get us a ton of Great Balls. Okay, so now if you do buttons in the middle, iron base, and Great Ball lids. What? Wait, hold on. Okay, let's try with Pokeballs. No. Okay. That's quite frustrating. Okay. Turns out to make a Great Ball, you need a silver base, which turns out to be very challenging to find. Nonetheless, we've still managed to craft our first Pokeball, which is still an achievement. So let's go. 13 Pokeballs. All right, well, I guess I'll go try to catch some more Pokemon now that we have some more Pokeballs. Ooh, daily reward. What do I get? 16 Ultra Balls. Let's go. I forgot about taking extra handouts that the server gives us. I'll take 16 Ultra Balls. That's huge. 16 Ultra Balls was amazing. Ultra Balls are one of the most powerful Pokeballs in the entire game. To be honest though, I felt pretty guilty. I know that anyone who plays on the server does get all of these rewards for themselves, but I also wanted this to feel as authentic as possible. So you guys let me know what you think. Should I be accepting rewards from the server, or should I accept no rewards? I was pretty torn. Nonetheless though, I did still accept the Ultra Balls. Okay, surely we can find some more Pokemon to catch now. Hoot hoot, no, I need Gen 1. Give me Pidgey. Where's my Pidgeys at? Oh, Zubat. I mean, everybody, you can't run forever. I guess maybe you can. Yes. And boom, there we go. Zubat has been captured. Let's go. In case you were wondering, it was a tactical strategy for me to catch the first evolution of every Pokemon. Because the way filling out a Pokedex works is if you catch the first Pokemon of an evolution and evolve it, it fills out all the forms that you've acquired. So when I evolve my Rattata into Raticate in the Pokedex, I will have both of them. But if I only were to catch a Raticate, there's no way to unevolve it into a Rattata. So then I would also still have to catch a Rattata even if I caught a Raticate. So it was always in my best interest to catch the first evolution of every evolution line. Ooh, level 10 Ponyta. Don't mind if I diddly do. Let's use our newly acquired Zubat. Poison Fang. I'm gonna try to save as many Ultra Balls as possible, because at any moment a legendary Pokemon could spawn, and 16 Ultra Balls honestly probably isn't enough to catch one, but I'd rather have them than Pokeballs. But anyway, even if a legendary does spawn and it's not from Generation 1, I'm still definitely going to try to catch it, because I can sell it on the server, get money, and then buy other Pokemon or items from other players. Oh, and I'm an idiot. Literally, just as I said, I'm trying to save the Ultra Balls, I throw one at a Meowth of all Pokemon. Great. Well, at least it caught. But there we go. We now have more than a full team of Pokemon already. Technically, at this rate, we are definitely on pace to complete the Pokedex. But obviously, the more Pokemon that I catch, the harder it will be to find the ones that I need. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What is this over here? What do we have cooking? Is this a Team Plasma base? I didn't realize that I built my home right next to this. I'm pretty sure finding these villages were pretty rare, and it just so happened to be right next to my base. And so I did what any other Minecraft player would do and ransacked the entire thing. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything too great in there other than maybe some potions here and there. But there was an unused raid den and a Pokestop that gave me a couple of more Pokeballs. Okay, XP Candy S. I'm pretty sure I can give that to Charmander. It should get him a couple levels. There we go. Level 13. Dragon Breath. Ooh. Level 22 Geodude. I don't know if we're ready to take that on. You know what? For the memes, Shibink. We'll just chuck one Pokeball at it, see what happens. The worst that can happen is we lose one Pokeball, but at this point, that doesn't even matter because we're rich. And it didn't matter anyway because we freaking caught him. Let's go. Geodude acquired. And on the 5th day, God said, let there be apricorns. Yeah, it looks like all of our apricorns have grown. So let's do our first full harvest of these bad boys. I don't know if I'll ever need to do another one. This is a ton of apricorns. All right, there we go. That was one full harvest. Honestly, I probably did miss a couple of them, but check this out. We have almost 3 stacks of red apricorns and over 3 stacks of blue. Okay, so now that we have our silver ingots, we can craft them into silver bases, which should allow us to get 5 great balls. There we go. Boom. All right, and while everything smelts up, let's go try to catch some more Pokemon. Right now, our Pokedex, low-key, is starting to get filled in just a tiny bit, but it is better than nothing. Let's go see what else we can find. All right, there we go. A level 3 Pidgey. That should be pretty easy to catch. And bang, there we go. Ooh, Metapod and Caterpie. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and catch the Caterpie, though. Let's go, dude. Ooh, Leafstone. That is really good. We need that for a Leafeon. Think Executor as well. And maybe something else. There's actually a lot of Pokemon from Generation 1 that evolved from stones. Yeah, there is a lot. This is me in post. And I'm really angry about it. I'm not gonna say exactly how or why or what. You'll find out eventually. But good God, why are there so many stone evolutions in Generation 1? What were they doing? I don't know. Ooh, a Hunts Pokemon. Oh my God. Dude, I wasn't going to say this earlier, but I was checking the hunts and there's a Weeping Bell that is the impossible hunt. This Weeping Bell, it needs to have over 60% IVs, it needs to be female, it needs to be ordinary growth, and have one of those 3 natures. The chances of that are about probably at 0.1%, but why not give it a shot? And it's a male, so this is not going to work out. Don't be looking at me like that, Weeping Bell. I know you're a male. I know. Oh, I checked. I just checked. But I would like a Bellsprout, low-key. There we go, Bellsprout. Perfect. Ooh, and no Stun Spore. That'll be good for catching other Pokemon. There we go. Bellsprout caught. Whoa, a raid den. Raid dens are essentially boss battles where you and 3 other players can join to battle one giant Pokemon. Some of these raid dens are extremely difficult to take out, where everyone involved should have level 100 Pokemon. This one, though, was only a 1-star raid den, meaning it was the easiest tier possible. On top of that, it was just a Voltorb. So me and the 3 NPCs that helped me out managed to get through the Voltorb with no problem. We didn't really get much, to be honest, but we kinda like to try to catch this thing. Let's throw a Great Ball at it and see what happens. Come on. Yes! Haha! We caught a boss raid Voltorb. That's our first Electric-type Pokemon on the team. Ooh, and you know what? Charmander is only 1 level away from evolving, and we did just get an XP Candy S. I don't know if this is going to be enough to evolve him, but let's find out. Come on. Boom! Let's go! Charmander is evolving. Let's go, dude. Charmeleon is so cool. Evolving my Charmander was a big step up to my team. It was one of my higher levels and definitely my strongest Pokemon at the time. And the higher level Pokemon that I acquired, the higher level Pokemon that I'd be able to catch. And here we have a level 31 Electabuzz. Let's see if I can catch this. This would be easily our strongest Pokemon if we can. Let's see what Geodude can do. Let's go for a rock throw now. Okay, we got it into the red. Let's see if we can catch this thing. Let's go for a Great Ball here. Honestly, Electabuzz is one of my favorite Pokemon. So if we could catch it, that would be really, really cool. No, let's try another Great Ball. I just crafted these though. I don't want to use every single one. This guy's proving to be more difficult to catch than I thought. Let's go for an Ultra Ball. We do have 15 Ultra Balls, so we have some to spare. Yes, there we go. I know Electabuzz isn't the strongest Pokemon ever, but it actually ended up being one of the most valuable Pokemon on my team. That's because it's an electric type and has the move Thunder Wave. We do have $8,000 at the moment, and I will say getting a lot of money is going to be pretty important because that's going to help us buy a lot of different items. It's going to help us buy different Pokemon, and overall it's going to allow us to be a better trainer at the end of the day, especially because on the GTS, that is where you can buy and sell items and Pokemon. But right now, I can't really afford anything of value. Eventually though, that will be a good way to get my hands on some more rare Pokemon. I believe this is a Waterstone shard. Yeah, it is. Okay, good. We do need to get a couple of these for some Pokemon that evolve via Waterstone, such as Eevee into Vaporeon, for example. Okay, this was supposed to be an ocean. It is not. Luckily, if you do want to get to a specific biome, like right now I want to get to an ocean biome, you can just type in /BRT. Ta-da! Here we are. The ocean. Hopefully the Titanic is not around. I just heard a seal. Ooh, Magikarp's down there. Come here, buddy. Let's go. Level 13 Magikarp. Oh, I just threw an Ultra Ball at it. Really? If this doesn't catch, I'm farting in a jar and setting it to every single Gyarados that I know. All right, I know it worked. Don't worry, Gyaradoses, you'll be fine. Since we were still in the beginning of our journey, there were still a ton of Pokemon that we didn't catch, which means that it was still very easy to just stumble upon Pokemon that we haven't caught yet, just like this seal. However, the more Pokemon that we did acquire, the less Pokemon that we would need, meaning the more rare it would be to come across a Pokemon that we still desire. What I'm trying to say is that right now, I know that we're making a ton of progress as far as completing the Pokedex, but obviously the more Pokemon we catch, the harder it's going to get. Oh, look, that's a fossil right there. We are gonna need to get the fossil Pokemon from Generation 1 as well. Now, if you guys ever see a bunch of gravel on the ground just like this, that's the perfect spot for fossils to spawn. Now, some people know the fossils before they're even uncovered. This one looks to me like it's an amber fossil, which I don't think is what we need. Oh, look, there's another one way down there. Now, there are tons of common water Pokemon that will spawn here, but there's also a lot of very rare water Pokemon that we'll need to find. One being a Lapras, another being a Dratini, and I'm sure there's a couple of others that are going to be really, really challenging to find. So far, pretty much every Pokemon that we found has been relatively common, so I'm hoping to find at least one rare Pokemon coming up soon. Whoa, there's a sea temple here. I wonder if it's been looted or not. And I almost forgot, but I did complete this common scroll. Let's see what we get. It shouldn't be anything good, to be honest, but let's see. Ooh, $1,000 and 8 rare candies. Wait, that's not even bad. All right, let's go find where all this gold is, though. Should be down here somewhere. Ooh, that is looking promising there. Come on. Yes! I don't actually know what this gold is going to give me. Maybe I can sell it for some money, though. Boom. 8 blocks of gold. Let's get out of here. This is the deep ocean now. Look at that. Delmises are spawning. This is where we can find some really crazy creatures. Lots of Magikarp. No way. Tell me that's a Dratini. Oh my god, that's a Dratini. Oh my god. Oh my god. This was actually insane. Dratini has a very, very, very low spawn rate. And as much as I wanted to find him, it actually wasn't a good time because I didn't have that many Pokeballs. And Dratini has one of the lowest catch rates in the game as well. I might have to spend some of my money on Pokeballs. If I do /shop, you know what? Let's buy a couple quick balls. I really don't want to be buying Pokeballs because I need to be spending my money on better things, but I don't know the next time I'm ever going to find a Dratini. Now, I'm actually nervous. Dratini is one of the rarest Pokemon that we'll ever have to find. On top of that, his catch rate is really, really low. Even if we do get him paralyzed and in the red, there's no guarantee that we even catch this thing. Do not want to KO it. Let's go into Voltorb, I guess. Everything that I said earlier about having a Pokemon status, like being paralyzed or burnt, didn't matter for Dratini because its ability was shed skin, meaning that it could just shed its skin at any time and get rid of any status that it had, which made it even more difficult. difficult to catch. Ah, that's annoying. Please do not crit. Please do not crit Voltorb. Do not crit. Okay, he's down with 21% HP. Down goes Voltorb. Guess we go back to Electabuzz and we Thunder Wave it. No! It knows Dragon Tail too. Oh no. This was worst case scenario. Dragon Tail was a move that ended the battle and allowed the Pokemon to flee. Unfortunately for the Dratini though, it doesn't swim too fast and I managed to catch back up to it. I'm gonna have to try to Quick Ball it, I guess. Okay, let's try Quick Ball. Come on. Oh, see, Quick Balls are only effective in the first turn. So I'm gonna run, find him again. Ah, my God, he's probably gonna despawn soon is the problem because Pokemon only have a set amount of time that they'll be spawned. Please, dude. Please, 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 please. Yes! 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 Let's go, dude. That is so good. That was one of the Pokemon I was really worried about in this challenge. Obviously, the legendaries are going to be an even bigger problem, but aside from all the legendaries, Dragonite was definitely up there for challenging Pokemon to catch, and we just got a Dratini. That's perfect. That's nice. I gotta be honest, Dratini is a terrible Pokemon, and even when it evolves into Dragonair, it still isn't very good. It only gets good when it evolves into Dragonite, so for a little while, this Pokemon's going to be terrible, but eventually he'll probably be the best Pokemon on my team. Guys, check this out. Our Pokedex, slowly but surely, is starting to fill up, and keep in mind, we have caught, I believe, the first evolution of all of these Pokemon. So all we'll have to do is just evolve them, and we'll see a lot of these icons will really start to fill in. Ooh, a desert biome, albeit a very small one. We may see some new Pokemon here. Wait, what's down here? Is this loot? Ooh, my God. Okay, Master Ball loot. Give me XP all, XP all, XP all. King's Rock. Some unknown blocks too. Let's collect these. We can use them for building. I wonder if we can spell anything. LHPE. Help. Whoa. Oh, that's gotta be on purpose. And there's an exclamation point. Wait, why am I kind of scared now? What? They literally spelled help. That's kind of creepy. Let's get out of there. Ooh, Krabby. Yep, I will be catching you. Ooh. Cubone. There is a conspiracy with Cubone that it actually is a Charmander that never got its tail lit on fire. As you can see, its body looks very similar to Charmeleon, and even more similar to a Charmander. But the story goes that its mother died giving birth to it, and so its mother never lit its tail, and the Cubone wears its mother's skull as a hat. Kind of sad, to be honest, but also mildly adorable. And now it is in my balls. Oh, I just got a camera. I don't know if I've ever gotten a camera from a Pokélube before. That's pretty cool, actually, and reminds me that you can take pictures of Pokemon and print them out. Huh, we should totally do that and make a giant wall of every Pokemon from the Generation 1 Pokedex. Oh, whoa, a wormhole. Wormholes are very rare, but they're also very scary. They spawn in much more rare and high-level Pokemon that we just honestly were not ready for. Nah, bro, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And to be honest, if I go there, it'll be cool, but I don't have the Pokeballs or Pokemon to really support myself there. Okay, here's the exact same structure as earlier. I'm assuming this is also going to say help. It does. Dude, that is so creepy. Why is it doing that? Okay, this time actually give me XP share, please. I'll take AV though. I'll take an AV. Okay, this is kind of a random side quest, but I do want to see what happens from this. So I'm going to catch this Dewpider. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, there we go. I caught the Dewpider. And I keep getting messages in chat saying that there are a couple of shiny Pokemon in the Wonder Trade. So if we do /WT, we can Wonder Trade any of these Pokemon. And essentially what it does is it trades your Pokemon for a random Pokemon that's in the Wonder Trade pool. There can even be legendaries in the Wonder Trade pool. But anyway, since I don't even want this Dewpider at all, we may as well trade it away and try to get something else, because it can't really get much worse. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1, a Skiddo. Ugh. Lovely. Now, it didn't work out that time, but honestly, I think that could come up clutch at some point in this challenge. I just have a feeling. What's up, Machop? Boom, there we go. Machop caught. People are doing all of the hunts. I need to do one of these. Okay, Houndour. We can do that. We can do that. Houndour. He only spawns at night, though. Sun's going down. Okay, boys. This is it. This is our time to shine. There's a Poke Hunt that is a Houndour. Guaranteed $5,000 with other pretty solid possible rewards. All we have to do is find a male one and catch it. It does only spawn at nighttime though, so we have to wait for the sun to go down. 5K would be really nice. Forgot about the vote party too. There's so many things to do. And I guess while the sun goes down, I'll vote. Voting for the server, I know sounds kind of plug E. But honestly, it's really good. If you guys end up playing on the server, I'd highly recommend voting because it does give you a vote crate key and they can be extremely valuable. I don't want to spoil anything, but we might have gotten something pretty crazy. All right, the moon's coming up. Houndours should be coming out. Come on. I have to find a male one. I will be definitely using a quick ball on it too. It's totally worth it. Such a common Pokemon. Ooh, okay. Okay. Houndour? No, it's female. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, dude. I need it to be male. That's like the only thing that I need is for it to be male. Come on, dude. There's gotta be a couple other people trying to get this too. It's pretty much a free 5K. Okay, another one. Yes, this one's male. Come on, quick ball. We gotta go quick. No. Let's try Pokeball. It's only level 12. Yes, I won a thing. I won trivia. The server has chat games where every so often there'll be a chat that pops up asking a specific question. For the most part, they're questions about specific Pokemon. You don't really get too much for it. I think I got $500 and a couple rare candies, but for it to just be a chat game, honestly, that's pretty good. Yes, let's go. And we caught that thing too. That's 5K. What else do we get? 5K and a few. Whoa! Whoa! Yo! Whoa! Dude, that is so rare. What? From just the advanced difficulty hunt, I got the $5,000 guarantee reward, but I also got a fusion shard. That was extremely rare. Fusion shards are needed in order to craft fusion keys. You need 8 fusion shards and 1 fusion core, and with that key, you can fuse 2 Pokemon together. I know that we still had a long ways to go before attaining a key, but every step matters, especially when I wasn't even expecting it. And as I said earlier about the voting, now that I had 6 keys, I decided to go to the vote crate. And this was one of the luckiest moments that I've ever had playing Pixelmon. I'll just let it play out. Oh! Oh! Oh, sorry for yelling. Oh my! Oh my! Dude, everyone's saying I scammed. Everyone's saying it's rigged. It's not rigged. I got a fusion core. This was one of the most rare items in the entire game. I know that I just mentioned that you need 8 fusion shards and a fusion core in order to craft a fusion key, but the shards generally are the easier part. The fusion core, however, is unbelievably rare, to the point where if I wanted to sell it, I think I could get about $200,000 for it. Let's go. We only need one more Pokemon to complete this common scroll. Dude, I feel like everything's just happening at once. Okay, but there are actually a couple of Pokemon that I need that spawn in a forest/birch forest biome. One of them is Pikachu, which is pretty rare, and the other one is Eevee, which is also coincidentally pretty rare. The thing with Eevee though is we're actually gonna need a couple of them. So ideally I can catch at least 2 and breed them together. Then it'll be pretty easy for us to get Vaporeon, Flareon, and Leafeon. Abra. Oh, where'd he go? I think he went this way. Where did that Abra go? I don't think that they can teleport too far away. Ooh, there he is. Hey, little guy. Let's try a level ball. There's not too many opportunities to use a level. Oh, it's a timer ball, not a level ball. Dust ball, actually. Dust ball should be good at night. I'm pretty sure dust balls at nighttime are even better than ultra balls. Let's see if we can catch this thing. Bang, let's go. Oh, that was on the bingo card. That's plus $250. Judging. We are accidentally making money at this point. And by the way, if you guys do want to come visit and check out the house, I'll set a warp right here. Okay, so now if you do /warp Sirud, it'll take you right here. And then you guys can build your own houses in the area. I do ask that you please spend quality time building good houses, though. I would like our town to be something epic, be something cool. Whoa, wait, I think someone already found me. What is this? How did someone find me? What? Bruh, all right, you guys better get on fast, or else all of this land will be gobbled up quickly. Wow. Obviously, I didn't even post a video yet and people are finding me. Eevee, please spawn. Ooh, Eevee, let's go. Level 13. Dude, this Eevee is massive. Oh my God, it's thick. All right, first things first, we're gonna chuck a quick ball at it. Come on. These things are pretty tough to catch too. Oh, what is that? What is that? Yeah, along with the Pokedex chat games, there's also word scrambled chat games where there are Pokemon names that are completely scrambled, and the first person to chat its unscrambled name wins. This is actually a really fun and easy way to get some money and rare candies. Oh, I caught it, but what is it? What is that, bro? What is that name? Don't get me wrong, I'm hyped that we just called Eevee, but what is this? Boofaland. Dang, dude, that was a tough one. No one got that one. Anyway, we called an Eevee. Let's go. Let's go to the Savannah biome. This biome's crazy, what? But here, there are a lot of Pokemon that we haven't caught yet, that we saw in the beginning of the video, like Nidoran, Rhyhorn. There should be Growlithe that spawns here as well. Let's see if we can find any of them. Here's one right here. All right, there we go. Nidoran caught. That was female. We still need to find a male Nidoran, though. Okay, I am pretty sure that if we do go to the mountains, Roly-Coly is pretty common here. So we actually have a chance at completing the extreme hunt. And look, I know Roly-Coly is in Generation 1, so this might seem like I'm wasting my time. But it is the extreme hunt, meaning that if I did capture the correct Roly-Coly, I would get some really, really good rewards. Specifically, a lot of money. Is it female? It is. It looks pretty normal, though. It needs to be a small size. Well, at least give it a shot. This is definitely possible, especially after I catch my first one, because I can see what size it is and compare it to some others to see if the others are the same growth. Oh, I caught it. Did I do it? I did not do it. Okay. Let's see what growth this is. It is ordinary growth. Okay, so we need something that's just a little bit smaller. Who's bigger? Who's who? They look the exact same to me. What about this one over here? Wait, there's literally so many. There's so many. This one looks tiny. Please be female. Oh, it's male. I'm gonna try to catch it anyway, because if it is small, then I can use that as a comparison to the other Roly-Colys. Yeah. Okay, there we go. This one is small. Perfect. That looks the same size. Please be female. Oh, it is female. Now it just needs to be the right nature, which I want to say is probably a 10% chance. No, it is not, because we would have gotten a reward. It is small as well. Oh, that's a shame. See, it's the brave nature. Ooh, this one looks tiny. Okay, that's definitely small. And it's female. Okay. Quick ball. Oh my, I completed. Received 55K? Oh, I did not know. Wait, 55K? Oh, it's 25, and then we got the 30K roll. I don't know if that's good or not, the 30K roll, because there's hidden ability voucher, legendary hidden ability voucher, rare crate key, fusion core, and 2 fusion shards. I'll take it though. 55K is crazy. Let's go. And so I completed the hunt, but honestly, I don't know if it was for the best, because I quickly got addicted to doing more of these Poke hunts. Oh my god, dude, I'm obsessed with hunts now. Teddiursa, that thing's pretty common too. I think I remember seeing Teddiursa in this forest here. I think I may have just found the greatest way to make money on the server. We have $78,000 now. Oh wait, and I can redeem this. What do I get? Another $1,000. We have $79,000 now. Let's go. We're almost at $100,000. Okay, so what do we need it to be? Female? Ordinary? It is female. It looks normal size to me, but not really sure how big they normally are. Actually, it honestly looks kind of tiny. Imagine we just go back to back instantly. I think this Teddiursa is too small, though. It is ordinary growth. We almost had it the first try. We just needed a different nature. Here's some leafstone shards, too. We may as well pick these up. By the way, I should probably mention that the only time that I'll ever go for hunts that are this challenging, like the extreme hunts, are if the Pokemon is very common. Like, if it was an extreme hunt for Dratini, there's just no way I would ever hunt that. But because I know Roly-Colys and Teddiursas are super common, it makes the hunt somewhat possible, actually. To get back to the point of breeding Pokemon and selling them, by the way, check this out. There's this guy on the GTS that's selling perfect IV, perfect nature, just completely battle perfect Gibbles. And he's selling each of them for $160,000. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Now, obviously, there's no guarantee that they all sell, but if they do, that's like, what, $700,000 for them? So I think it's in our best interest to buy a Pokemon like this Skarmory for $300,000 if we can get that much money, and then sell a bunch of them. Now, one thing to note that is very important if you do want to do this for yourself is to make sure that the Pokemon that you buy is breedable. You can see like in the middle of that GUI, it says breedable true. The person who's selling it gets a set if that Pokemon is breedable or not. That is to prevent other people from breeding your Pokemon. So here, for example, this Poplio is not breedable. So if I buy it, I cannot breed it. That is for the person who is breeding it to sort of monopolize the market. So if I ever do choose to do it, I'll need to find a really, really good deal for a Pokemon that is is still breedable. This is a good one here, but it is $180,000 for a speed boost perfect Torchic. 180 grand is not bad for a battle perfect Pokemon that is still breedable. Normally, people who sell battle perfect Pokemon that are still breedable will sell them for like $300,000. Okay, I know this is kind of lame, but it's still all that I can afford at the moment, and that is to craft a ton of regular Pokeballs. If I do want to start crafting Great Balls, I will need to go mining again for a long time, actually. I think I can just do /warp nether. Yeah, and that takes me to the nether. Okay. Wow, it seems like no one has been here. The reason I want to come here is actually to mine quartz, and the reason I want to mine quartz is to get levels, not necessarily for the quartz themselves. As you can see, quartz gives us a ton of levels, and the reason that I want levels is so that I can enchant things. Oh my god, dude, I just can't get away from these Pokehunts. What is it? Female huge. That does not look like a huge Yamask at all. I can't help it though, I'm gonna catch it. Anyway, I want to enchant a diamond hammer to hopefully get like mending, unbreaking, efficiency, fortune, all that stuff on it, because that will make mining really easy. This also is nice just for getting quartz in general, because normally what happens in these videos is I end up spending literally hundreds of thousands of dollars on blocks that I don't really need. But if I just mine the blocks myself, then I'll be saving a ton of money. Ha! Rewatching this, it's funny that I thought that I wouldn't spend any money on blocks and that I would go mine all of them. So naive, so innocent. All right, level 34. I think that'll do. Home, sweet home. What? How are people finding me? I haven't announced to anybody where I was. Oh, Lord, here we go. They found me. I'm telling you guys, if you want to build around here, you gotta do it soon. The lots are going to be claimed very quickly. Oh, Lord. I didn't even say anything. I didn't even say anything. Yo, this dude is a shiny Rayquaza, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We got a lot of catching up to do. Oh, Crimson Rayquaza. Yo, that is insane. Oh, there it is. That is a Tyrosma. Tyrantrum fused with a Necrozma. And it's the first fusion that we get to see in this entire series. Unfortunately, it is not mine. That thing is terrifying. Reginald! Yo! Shout out Reginald! Yo! Oh, he gave me a picture. Dude, do I wear him? Should I wear Reginald? Yo, that is awesome. Let's go. On the bright side, when you do have a bunch of people grouped up together, a lot of Pokemon do start spawning around you. And so, there are a lot more spawns. So if you guys are ever like shiny hunting or looking for a specific Pokemon, the best way to do it is actually to get a group of people to go with you. That way you get like 2, 3, 4, 5, even more times the spawns. I mean, look at all the Pokemon that are around us now. Anyway, I'm gonna go /warp enchant and or see what enchant I would get. Fortune 3 for a hammer. Oh my god. Wait, that's actually the best. That's the best thing I could get. Okay. All right, let's craft a diamond hammer. And we need to get some lapis. I think we can just buy lapis from the shop though. That's insane. That is $33. Okay, but now we go back. Here we go. Fortune 3 diamond hammer. Please give me unbreaking. Please give me efficiency. Please, if I can somehow get mending, that would be unbelievable. Come on, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, unbreaking 3. That's not the worst. That is definitely not the worst. Now we actually have a really good diamond hammer. What I could do as well is try to get some books, because then I can enchant the books to hopefully get mending or efficiency, and then use an anvil to combine that with our hammer. Let me see. Can I, buying mending book. Anyone has a, that's a shiny Zubat! That's a shiny Zubat! Oh my god! No. Someone's gonna see it first. I can't look up. Don't look up. Oh my god. I need to get there. Oh my god. That's literally a wild shiny Zubat. No, why is everyone here now? Oh my god. No, someone's gonna be able to fly and get it. Please. No, I saw it first. Oh my god. Do I have Pokeballs on me? I do. Okay. He's following it for me. Oh my god. It's right there. Oh my god. I can't believe I found that. And I also can't believe this guy's not catching it. What a G. What an absolute G. Yes! Oh! Yo! Our first shiny, and probably our only shiny. This was a big moment. Shinies only had a 1 in 4,000 chance of spawning. It's pretty ironic though, how I just mentioned how having a bunch of people together is good for shiny hunting because a lot of Pokemon will spawn around you. The problem with that though is that other people could technically catch it before you too. But turns out people on the server are actually very nice. And the boys let me catch it. Dude, let's go. We are definitely using that on the team. Shiny Zubat boys, our first shiny. Yo. I mean, is it the coolest shiny ever? No. But dude, it's my shiny, and that's what's most important. And just when I thought the excitement was over, it was actually just getting started. Because that is when a time trial started. Defeat the most normal type Pokemon before the time runs out. We might be able to do that. Who's our best Pokemon? That's like the only problem. We don't really have anything that can just tear through Pokemon, but low-key, we might be able to at least like make the leaderboards. Oh my god, look, we're in first place. Oh my god, someone else is 13 already. How? What? Okay, we literally cannot stop. We can't stop. We must keep going. We can't take a single break, I think, for the next hour if we want to win this thing. Okay, I'm in first by 2 now. Oh my gosh. Dude, what have I got myself into? No, I lost the lead. Oh my god. The thing is, I have no idea what the rewards are for winning these things. So I don't even know if it's worth me spending the next entire hour doing this. But you know what? I'm doing it for the culture. Yes, we're in first. We're in first by 3 though. Oh my god, it's close. Oh my god, it's close. Dude, if I just had like a level 100 Pokemon, this would be so much better. Come on, Charmeleon. Go, Charmeleon, go. Dude, I might go spam rare candies on my boy. Where are the rare candies? Here's one. Oh, I have a lot of them in my inventory already. I have 15 rare candies in my inventory. Okay, do I use them or not? I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I'm gonna do it. Okay, yeah, I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I normally love saving my rare candies, but we need a Charizard right now. We need a Charizard. This is taking too long to take out some of these Pokemon. Come on. And here we go, boys. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and we are using our trump card. We need to win this challenge. And that means to get ourselves our fully evolved starter Pokemon, Charizard. Boom, there we go. Level 49. Where are we? No, we're in second. Oh my, he's got me by 3 now. How? Bro, this guy's insane. This guy quickly became my rival. We kept flip-flopping between first and second place, especially after I had to take a little bit of a break to get my Charizard, which, by the way, I know was a little bit anticlimactic as far as me getting my fully evolved starter Pokemon. So I do apologize for that. However, we were in a really big rush. There was no time to waste, and I got straight back to battle. Oh yeah, there we go. The Charizard's doing big damage, big damage, big damage. Okay, that is really good to see. Oh my god, for the next 41 minutes, I am going to be annihilating any normal type Pokemon in the vicinity. I need that guy's internet to go out or something. I really need his internet to go out. I can't throw my Pokeball. Hello? What is happening? This cannot happen right now. Come on. Come on. Okay, there was a little bit of a glitch with Pixelmon, and I couldn't set on my Pokemon, and I might have crashed out a little bit. Oh my god, bro. But we're back, baby. Come on. All right, there we go. We're back. Oh my god, dude. That took way too long, though. I had to leave and come back because of a bug. I don't even want to check. I do not even want to check how far behind we are now. We're definitely multiple behind. But look at this. We can take out a level 50 Zangoose. That's huge. I feel like there's definitely a big difference between first place and second place, too. So I definitely want to get first in this. Oh my god, we're back in the lead. We're back in the lead by 1. Back in the lead by 1 single point. Ooh, I just got an orb. I just got an orb. That's actually so good. Side note, the server does have a bunch of MC MMO skills, specifically for Pokemon. And because I was eliminating a ton of them, I was getting my battling skill very high. And I didn't really mention it at the time because, well, I was in a rush. But as you level up those skills, you get rewards. And the one that I just got was a legendary orb. These orbs are actually pretty rare and super useful because you need these orbs in order to spawn in the legendary birds, Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. I need to get a Firestone. Can I just buy one? I think I can just buy one. Yeah, we'll do a Firestone. Buy. I know it's 2.5k, but it's definitely worth it. And so I instantly combined the orb with the Firestone, which created the Orb of Fiery Souls. That's what's needed in order to spawn a Moltres. But the orb itself was not ready yet. In fact, it was 0% complete. And in order to get it 100% complete, you had to collect the souls of Pokemon. And to do that, you had to eliminate them. And because I was in the midst of an entire Pokemon slaughter, that is why I decided to combine the orb with the Firestone immediately. No, he's in the lead by 1 now. Dude, this is actually insane. This is actually crazy. I don't think I've ever been like neck and neck with somebody like this. Maybe in any competition that I've ever done, ever. I just got a couple good ones in a row. I might be just about back in the lead. Maybe by 1, maybe by 2. Come on. We're cruising right now. I'm in the lead by... Oh my god, we're in the lead by 9. We're in the lead by 9, boys. Let's go. I can't let redheaded biker beat me. Oh, XP all. Whoa, whoa. I don't even know what I did to do that. I must have leveled something up. I don't have time to check though. We have under 20 minutes left now. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. We can do this. Getting the Charizard was definitely the best play. It's gotta be over. This guy's gotta wave the white flag. Red-headed biker, start waving that white flag, bro. I think I just got like 10 in a row. Like back to back to back to back to back to back to back. And towards the end, boys, we really started to pull away. I gotta admit, I did have an advantage with all of the players building around me, which spawned in all of these Pokemon. But still, he managed to put up a really good fight. But with about 2 minutes left, I had a 40 Pokemon lead with over 210 eliminations. But I wasn't done. I wanted to smash the all-time record for most eliminations in a time trials ever. So I kept going. This actually probably will be an all-time server record. We may as well try to do it. Oh wait, this is him. How you get almost a 30-mile lead on me when you left earlier? They actually think I'm cheating. They actually think I'm cheating. Wow. Wow. Sorry to just go. That's what I'm saying. We finished with about 240 eliminations, which was really far in first place. Unfortunately, the reward we got was just common, but even the common reward for first place was honestly still pretty good. We got $15,000 and another fusion shard. That did make me wonder what a legendary reward would be. Maybe, just maybe, I'll have to participate in one of these again. Okay, I know that I have 3 really challenging goals and only 100 days to complete them, and I also keep getting very distracted. But I promise this is the last one before we lock in, because a daily Ultimate Teams tournament just started, and I just couldn't resist entering. These tournaments are so much fun, because you don't actually use your own team of Pokemon. Instead, you get to draft a completely custom team. And with my first pick, I chose our Captain Pokemon. With the Captain Pokemon, you're guaranteed a very, very strong one. And our options were Ho-Oh, Landorus, or Mewtwo. All 3 incredible options, but I decided to go with Ho-Oh. And after I selected my captain, I only had 5 regular packs to open. Next, my options were Lopunny, Meloetta, and Komo-O. Each Pokemon also has their own rarity, and you can tell by the glass panes above and below them. So with the blue glass panes, you can tell that Lopunny is a rare tier, but Meloetta is just common and Komo-O is uncommon. And since we still had 4 Pokemon to pick after this, I thought I'd be able to boost up Lopunny's chemistry to a legendary tier by the end. That would give it the Mega Stone and it would become a Mega Lopunny, which is very strong. And so I selected Lopunny with my second pick. Next, my picks were honestly awful. Uncommon Ceruledge, Rare Turtonator, and Uncommon Hitmontop. I didn't really love any of these options, to be honest, but I thought Ceruledge was the best Pokemon, and it got a chemistry boost with our Captain Ho-Oh since they were both fire type. So even though I drafted it as uncommon, it actually rose to the next tier. For our next pick, I took an Epic Zapdos because that would get boosted into a legendary Zapdos with the flying chemistry with Ho-Oh, since Zapdos and Ho-Oh are both flying type. Next, I took Titan, honestly, because all of my other options were not good. And last but certainly not least, we managed to secure a legendary Tornadus. And so the first round began. And to be honest, I managed to maneuver through this first battle relatively easily. We did use a lot of our Pokemon, but none of them even fainted. And by the time I had eliminated a couple of his Pokemon, my enemy decided to forfeit. I low-key felt a little bit bad. Nonetheless, we moved on to round number 2, where this player's Captain Pokemon was a Palkia, a terrible matchup for my team. There wasn't much I could do in the beginning of this battle other than sacrifice my beloved Lopunny. That did allow for a clean switch in for Tornadus though. This was still not a good matchup for me. Tornadus' best move was Hurricane, which hits really hard but only has a 70% accuracy. It does have a secondary effect though, where a very small portion of the time, it could confuse the opponent. Luckily, we did manage to land our first Hurricane, but Palkia did have Thunderbolt, which did a ton of damage back to Tornadus. I had no Pokemon at all to deal with a Palkia, so I decided to stay in and hope that I could land at least another Hurricane. Luckily, we did manage to land it and get the Paralyze, and the Palkia hurt itself in confusion, eliminating my opponent's Captain Pokemon. I thought the rest of this battle would be a breeze, but, well, this guy also had an epic Mewtwo. When I drafted Ceruledge, I didn't think it would be one of our better Pokemon, because when we drafted him, he was just an uncommon Ceruledge. But with some chemistry boosting, we got him up to epic tier. Even then though, I thought I would rely mostly on my Ho-Oh and Tornadus to carry me through this tournament, but that's where I was wrong. Specifically in this battle here. With Ceruledge, we managed to get off one Swords Dance, which doubles his attack. And because of the Swords Dance, Ceruledge managed to take out a couple of Pokemon, leaving the rest to be an easy cleanup for our Captain Pokemon Pokemon Ho-Oh. Round 2, victory. Round 3 started off very awkward. This player's captain Pokemon was a Darmanitan, a Pokemon that is very frail, meaning it doesn't have much HP or defense. The problem with it though is it's extremely fast and hits like a truck. In the wrong scenario, this Pokemon could easily destroy my team, but I've been in these situations before, and so I just played my game. This was definitely the highest level battle of the tournament so far. My opponent had some really strong Pokemon even outside of the Darmanitan. For every single move that I clicked in this battle, I had to be on top of my game. He had a legendary Hydreigon, an Ursaluna, and a legendary Cursula that honestly I was really afraid of. But what I didn't know is this thing gets Power Gem. Why does this thing get Power Gem? Hello? Well, anyway, it used Power Gem against my Ho-Oh, which is 4 times effective. Luckily for us, our Ho-Oh still lived on just about 1 HP. And after sending out his legendary Hydreigon, his Captain Darmanitan, his Ursaluna, his legendary Cursula, he sends out a freaking legendary Guzzlord. This dude's team is stacked. This battle came down to the wire. We were both on our last Pokemon. Our epic Ceruledge against his Captain Darmanitan. We had the typing advantage, but he had the tier advantage. Luckily for us, his Darmanitan missed Icicle Crash, and we landed a critical hit Bitter Blade to finish him off. In case anyone was wondering though, we would have won either way, because our Ceruledge was Focus Sashed, meaning it couldn't die in 1 hit, and it also had Shadow Sneak just in case the Bitter Blade didn't finish the Darmanitan. Anyway, round 3, victory. For this battle, my opponent's captain Pokemon was a Charizard, but not any Charizard. This was a Mega Charizard X in disguise. Eventually I took it out, but it did come with a cost. The cost of my legendary Zapdos's life. For the first time in this entire tournament, my Titan actually did something. It managed to take out his Zekrom, albeit his Zekrom was only uncommon tier, but nonetheless, Titan finally got some screen time. I really didn't think much of Ceruledge when I initially picked him, but once again, he came up big. When put in the right opportunity, getting just 1 Swords Dance off with this Pokemon can result in devastation for your opponent, and this is the second time I managed to do that. After getting off a Swords Dance with Ceruledge, he managed to clean sweep the rest of this guy's team. Round 4, victory. Going into these tournaments, you never actually know how many rounds there's going to be. And for the last 2 rounds, I honestly thought that it was the championship. Clearly, they weren't. Now, however, moving on to round 5, I can safely assure you that this is the final round. My opponent led with his captain, Reshiram. This is the 5th battle, and also the 5th time that we use Lopunny as a sack of potatoes. Since this Lopunny isn't a Mega Lopunny, honestly, it's pretty useless in these overpowered tournaments like this. So I switched into Lopunny, it got frozen, and then slowly died a very painful death to Thunderbolts. But Lopunny's sacrifice was for a purpose, to set up some of my other Pokemon for glory. Similar to our 3rd battle, this one required every single neuron in my brain. Every move that I clicked, every decision that I made mattered. One slip up could cost the entire tournament, especially because my opponent's team was absolutely stacked. It seemed like all of his Pokemon were legendary tier, and if they weren't legendary tier, then they were legendaries themselves. On paper, I was definitely the underdog. In battles like this that are very difficult, there always come certain situations where you need to get pretty desperate, and when that happens, you must predict exactly what you think the opponent is going to do. And this battle was getting to the point where I was getting desperate. But the longer the battle went on, the more I started to pick up on certain patterns that my opponent was doing, and so I was able to predict some of his plays. Here he switched into a Samurott, which is exactly what I thought he was going to do. So instead of clicking Sacred Fire, I clicked Brave Bird, and that finished his Samurott off. But then he sent out another legendary tiered Pokemon. This one was an Arcanine. I just started spamming Earthquake with Ho-Oh, hoping that this Arcanine didn't have Wild Charge, and I got lucky because it didn't. Next though, he sent out another legendary tiered Pokemon, this one being Sylveon. And once again, I put myself in a situation where I could set up my Ceruledge for victory. And after 5 long, hard-fought battles, we managed to do it. We won the entire tournament. Let's go! 5-0 in the Ultimate Teams tournament, giving us the best reward possible. A mythic crate key and $30,000. That was much needed. I went back home with my head held high and as confident as ever. And the first thing I wanted to do, of course, was open the mythic crate key. But there was also a rare Jigglypuff that just spawned, so I made sure to catch that real quick. But one more thing before I open the crate. For whatever reason, I decided to check the GTS. And I saw that there was an Efficiency 5 and Mending book on the market. That was exactly what I was looking for my diamond hammer. And so I quickly made the purchase. Then finally, I went to redeem my reward, the Mystic Crate. Event Crate, Easter Crate, Aura Crate, Mega Crate. Where's Mystic? Mystic. Okay, let's see what we can get. 3 non-legendary fixed IV boosts and 3 random shiny Pokemon. What's the best thing we can get? Non-legendary IV max. Ooh. Legendary IV boost. Ooh, we can get a legendary crate key. Legendary Pokemon. Dude, imagine we get a Mew. That'd be so good. Megastone. Okay. A lot of IV boosts. It's mostly what this is gonna be. I'll take an IV boost though. All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Come on. I want it to be red. Be red, 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 red. Purple's fine. Purple's fine. Blues. Oh, it's wait. That just threw me for a loop. What is that? 2 non-legendary fixed IV boosts. Okay, that's not bad. That's actually good. That's actually good. So we get to boost IVs of Pokemon. I was really hoping to get a legendary Pokemon from that. Instead, though, we got 2 fixed non-legendary IV boosts. I know it's not as flashy or as cool as some of the other rewards could have been, but this actually was pretty good because a really great way to make money, of course, is breeding super strong IV Pokemon. Next, I want to finally create the God Hammer. So I purchased some iron off of the shop so that I could craft an anvil. Okay, there we go. There's an anvil, and boop, boop. Oh yeah, dude, mending is gonna be so good. Boom, and now efficiency 5. And of course, we gotta name it Hammer Time. Bingo! Hammer Time was the perfect name, because watch this. That is very fast. Oh my god. Yo! Okay, and then with mending, it should just regain any durability taken. It like kind of is. Okay, this pickaxe is crazy though. Let's go. I was having the time of my life. I know that this series is mostly about Pixelmon, but regular Minecraft doesn't have these hammers, and it made mining 10 times more enjoyable. Dude, this is so much fun. This is so much fun. More diamonds. Let's go. Shabink. Look at that. Oh my. 39 diamonds now. But there we go. It actually is regaining quite a bit of XP. So if you don't know how mending works, it works by if you mine a block that gives you XP, that XP will actually go back into the durability of your item. But if I'm not careful, I definitely still can break this hammer. Look at this though. It's literally just tearing through stuff. Look at all of this that I've cleared out though. Dude, this is so good. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to make a bunch of chests for all of these blocks that I'm getting, because I am gonna build my house pretty soon. Normally, I don't like to take on giant building projects, mostly because of how long it takes to carve out certain aspects of it, especially if I'm trying to do an underground build. But this hammer would make the excavating process 1,000 times faster. The possibilities with this thing were limitless. I don't think I've had this much fun mining in years, literally years. And this is the platinum ore that is needed to craft high-end Pokeballs like Ultra Balls, Quick Balls, and look, there's a whole bunch of it now. Platinum was an ore that like, ooh, more diamonds. But platinum was an ore in the beginning that I just could not find. I could not get it. But now, seems like we may have found maybe an infinite glitch of it. Oh, there's more. Thank you. That's more platinum right there. That's more platinum right there. That's diamonds right there. That's more platinum. Some lapis. More platinum. Oh, dude, let's go. More, oh my god. Okay, we pretty much have infinite platinum now. Seriously. Okay, now that my hammer is pretty damaged, I think if I just go to the nether and I mine some quartz, it should just recover itself really quickly. Just because quartz gives so much XP. Yeah, look at that. That's just like a free way to get hammer back. Ooh, bones are really good for building too. I will grab these up. Thank you very much. All right, and now our hammer is back up to pretty much full durability. This thing is so overpowered. Oh my god. Oh, also, I never redeemed my daily quests from earlier. Let's see what we actually get from them. $1,000 and $1,000. Oh, rare candies and Ultra Balls too. And repeat. Okay, that's not bad. We got Pokeballs, rare candies, and $1,000. Can't complain about that. All right, boys. I think that it is finally time that we build ourselves a home. Let's do it. All right, this will be the last harvest of these apricorns before we say goodbye for good. Rest in peace, Apricorn Farm. You've done me well. You've done me very well.
Let's see. I guess the best plan of attack here is to flatten all of this out. I also sectored everything off into quadrants because I kind of want to divide it up into 4 separate cool builds. The first one is probably just going to be a house. But another idea that I have is to build a museum, because in that museum is where I plan on putting all of the pictures of the Pokemon that I've caught on the wall. Sort of like a real-life Pokedex. And I guess those can go across from one another. I think I'm going to build my house in this section here. The problem is, well, I'm not too good of a builder, so I don't even know how to start, but I guess I'll give it a go. I'm going to go gather some wood real quick, and then we will do a pretty standard block palette of just wood and stone, but I'll try to make it as epic and gamer as possible. All right. Let's get down to business. To be honest, I had no idea what I was doing. I started by placing a couple of blocks to create some sort of perimeter, just to give myself an understanding of the scale of the actual build. As far as inspiration for the build, I had none. I was totally going with the flow, just kind of figuring things out as I went. And so I just kept building and replacing things that I didn't like and replacing things that I didn't like. And then I decided to make a second floor and put a roof on that. And then I kind of just said voila. But I also didn't really like the outside of the house, so I did try to put some patterning around there. But soon after I was practically done with the build, this happened. It needs to record. My recording's frozen. No, oh my god, why is my recording frozen? Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm rolling. I'm live. Yes. Okay, I'm not actually live, but I was just wrapping up, well, the exterior of my house. So then I stopped recording, and then bang! Oh my god, let's go. Shiny Rattata. My second shiny Pokemon found. I had no intention of going into this 100 days to find any shiny Pokemon, let alone 2. To be honest, Zubat and Rattata aren't the strongest Pokemon in the game, but I will catch any shiny that I find, and they will all have a very special place in my heart. So, Mr. Yellow Rattata, welcome. To be honest, guys, I kind of like my house. I don't love it, and I think it could be way better, but keep in mind this is just a base structure. I do plan on updating and upgrading it over time. Okay, my next goal is to level up and evolve all of my Pokemon. Because up until now, we've played Pixelmon pretty casually. But if we still do want to accomplish one of our goals of becoming the #1 player on the battle tower, we need to get a very strong team. So I do want to fully evolve and level up all of my Pokemon. But before I do that, I want to take a picture of each and every single one. Because eventually, I do plan to build a museum where I'll put the picture of each Pokemon up on the wall. And if I evolve the Pokemon before I take a picture, then I won't have the picture of their pre-evolutions. So if you remember, we already do have a camera, but that is not enough. We also need to get ourselves reels. And to craft that, you need a bunch of black dye, and we also need paper. So if you buy sugarcane, we should be able to craft paper with that. I actually can't believe I'm spending hundreds of dollars on reels, but you know what? It is what it is. And that, my friends, is not working. Oh, this is ink sac. That's why. Duh. Okay. Oopsie. There we go. Film. Okay, it's called film, not reels. Sorry. I've been watching too many Instagram reels. That's probably what it was. Anyway, now that we have film, dang it. Now that we have film and a camera, all that we have to do is send out a Pokemon, go into our camera and left click, and boom, check this out. We now have a photo. And with this photo, we can put it in item frames. So I have a plan to build a museum where we have an entire wall of all of Generation 1. I just took a beautiful photo of our new shiny Rattata's big old voluptuous cheeks. Oh, Zubat? It doesn't like Zubat. I took a picture of an Ekans. Okay, I can do Meowth. I can do Ekans. I'm gonna make an entire separate chest for these, because this is gonna fill up real quick. Why can't I take a picture of this guy? Oh, there we go. I got him. Electabuzz. Thank you, buddy. I think it's time that we want to trade this Trubbish again, by the way, and we get Mareep. Oh, wait. Yes. That's Destiny. Hold on. Where are my shears? I'll make a new one. Guys, check this out. Mareep, be free!
Have you guys ever seen a naked Mareep before? Well, now you have. Oh, he just took a picture of the naked Mareep. Yeah, and he put it on. Oh, that's awesome. Say cheese, everyone. It's photo shoot time. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Work it, girl. Work it. All right, there we go. We have a photo of every single Pokemon that we've caught so far. Keep in mind, all of these Pokemon can evolve at least once, so that should fill up at least one full double chest. And then there should be a little bit of spillover as well. Anyway, a little bit ago, we did get our hands on a XP All. There it is. This is definitely going to come in handy. That's not a shiny Banette, is it? Okay, it's not. I don't know. It looks so gray. Anyway, this is definitely going to come in handy with leveling up a ton of Pokemon very, very quickly. All we have to do is right-click it, and as you can see, the XP All is now on. And pretty much what that's going to do is share XP between all of my Pokemon all at once. So if we go to the /warp training area, this is probably the best way to level up Pokemon. If we go up here, that is level 1 to 10, 20 to 40, 40 to 60. Okay. So if our Charizard is able to eliminate these Pokemon, all of our guys will be getting tons of XP very, very quick. And here we go. Zubat is evolving. I think a couple of other Pokemon will be evolving. Well, let's take a picture of our Golbat. Say cheese. And then, oh wait, there is no Crobat in Generation 1 actually. So we can put Golbat away. We don't need to level him up at all anymore. I guess I'll bring in Abra and Nidoran. Now Abra's evolving. Nice. Cheese. And here we go. Rattata is evolving now into a shiny Eradicate. Let's go. He kind of looks like Donald Trump now. Ekans is evolving. Let's go. Chit-ching. Hello, Metapod. Butterfree. Chit-ching. Ooh, Dratini's evolving. Yabba dabba do. Oh, and Meow. Hello. Kakuna. Kakuna Matata. And where's the last little boy? Where's my Persian? Persian. There we go. And Kadabra. Kadabra? Say cheese. Weeping Bell, what that mouth do? All right, let's go store all of these photos back in home base. Oh yeah, we got a lot now. Also have Dex rewards. Now that we're actually completing a decent bit of our Pokédex. Yo, there's only 11 more votes needed for the vote party. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure the vote party, like, insane Pokemon spawn. I'm talking legendaries, maybe even fusions. I think. Could be wrong. I can vote today. Yeah, let's do it. /vote. It's actually about to get crazy. I think I'm supposed to go to /warp vote party. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, it spawned. Oh my god, oh my god, it spawned. Wait, I can fly on Charizard. There's a Melbourne somewhere. There's a fusion Pokemon somewhere in here. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Look for Melbourne, boys. There's a fusion Pokemon somewhere in here, Melbourne. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think it just popped instantly like there was no countdown or anything. We're just like bang. Oh my god. Where's Melbourne? Where's Melbourne? I don't see anyone caught it yet. Oh, there's a Shadow Arceus. I think, oh my god, someone got that. No. No, 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 no. Come on, where's the Melbourne? Did someone get it? I don't know. Dude, it might be up top. Maybe it spawned like on top of the buildings or something. I'm gonna check there in a second. I don't see anyone like celebrating in chat either, saying like that they caught it. Maybe it's in this like alleyway or something. Oh, they found it already. Someone found it. Someone was too quick. Someone was quicker than me, and unfortunately, I was too slow. Before I knew it, all 3 of the Pokemon were caught. Dang it! It's probably not the smartest thing to be the last person to vote, because I'm out here on the stupid vote sites voting. Stupid, stupid, stupid! Alright, that's okay. At least I have some vote crates now. If we get another core, another fusion core, like, oh my god, I'll show everyone, including my own mom, my butt cheeks. And I'll put that on Gore. I'll put that on Gore. Ooh, please be mending? Mending book? Mending book? Unbreaking book. Okay, not the best. Mending book now. Silk Touch. Honestly, I'll take Silk Touch. Oh, paper. What is it? Random shiny. Okay, that's pretty cool. What is it? What is it? What is it? Simisage. Oh my god, dude. After the vote party, I went back to evolving some of my other Pokemon. Uh-oh, Magikarp's evolving. Look out, world. Cha-ching. I'm putting that one front and center of my bedroom. Not the prettiest Pokemon ever, but still, I do have to take a picture of it. I think I have a leaf stone somewhere. Yep, here we go. So I can give that to Gloom. And he will now evolve into Vileplume. It's important that I evolve him into Vileplume and not Bellossom, because Bellossom is a Generation 2 Pokemon, while Vileplume is indeed Generation 1. We're low-key almost done evolving all our Pokemon. Tell me Weepinbell doesn't need a Leaf Stone too. Oh my god, it does. Dude, so many Pokemon in Gen 1 need stones to evolve. It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. I mean, I guess it makes it a little bit easier for me because I don't have to level them up, but that means that I have to buy stones, which are 2.5k each. So it's more expensive, but I guess technically quicker. Dang!
Dang, Machoke putting on a show. Cha-ching.
Hello, my name's Dugong. Cha-ching.
What's better than one bald head with a giant pink nose?
3 bald heads with giant pink noses.
Ooh, yes! Level 30 trainer, I don't really care too much about that, but it did give me another orb. And that's not just any orb, it's another legendary orb, which is amazing. We already have one, obviously, which is the Orb of Fiery Souls, which we're still trying to fill up. But we need 3 of them, one for all 3 birds. So that second one I can use either on Zapdos or on Articuno. And here we go. Dragonair is evolving. I am no physics major, but I have no idea how those tiny wings hold up that big old belly. Now, I think that we have every photo of our Pokemon, and we need to make another chest. That is a good sign. Look, someone's selling an XPL for 20K. I don't know if that's overpriced or not. I don't know. There's a lot of them going for 20K. Dude, yeah, that's like free 20K. I'm gonna list mine then. You really only need one. Sell goods, sell hand. I'll list mine for 17,500. How about that? There we go. Bang. That should be 17K straight to the bank. Okay, one thing that I need to buy from the shop as well is an elevator block. Okay, actually you can craft them pretty easily. You just need iron ore, redstone, and big elevator block. Okay. These are pretty well used in Pixelmon. Essentially, the way that they work is you just put one on top of the other. I think there's like a 10 or 13 block range that they can go. And now when you stand on it, all you have to do is jump and it takes you to the next level. To go back down, you just go here and shift. Shabink, shabop, shabink, shabop, shabink, shabop. Easy peasy. And now I'm going to do the absolute dreaded part of moving houses, and that is moving all of the chests. Okay, we are now officially moved into the house with all of our items being upstairs. So yeah, this is now officially home sweet home. There still are quite a few things that I do want to change about it, but mostly just like aesthetic things, not so much the structure itself. I don't love this backside. I'm probably going to do something with these leaves here. Just some minor details to really bring it all together. Overall though, I think it's okay. Not my best, not my worst. Oh, also my Charizard's almost level 100. So instead of going to the warp training this time, we are going to go to the boss tower, because the boss tower is similar to training where you can get some really good levels, but you do have to have at least one really good Pokemon in your team to actually do anything here. And Charizard being level 97 is definitely enough. But essentially, in the boss tower, it spawns a bunch of boss Pokemon, and boss Pokemon will drop money and other items. The way bosses work is it takes the highest level in your party and adds a certain amount of levels to it, depending on what tier boss it is. This Tropius, for example, is an uncommon Tropius, which gives it an additional 10 levels to the highest level in my party, which obviously is Charizard. So that Tropius was level 107. And now that I eliminated it, check this out. I got $200, an Old Rod, a Dusk Stone, and a rare candy. So if you do have a Pokemon that's strong enough to take on Pokemon in the boss tower, I would say this is probably the best way overall, not only to get levels, but also to get a bunch of money and items. Ooh, shiny stone. Think we need that for some Pokemon. I just forget which. Firestone. That's nice. That's really nice. We need a bunch of those for Gen 1. Ooh, there's an epic Mr. Rhyme here, but it's just too strong for me to take out, unfortunately. But if I could, it would give me some really good stuff. Ooh, Power Herb. I think that's rare. That is what Xerneas needs to use Geomancy in one turn. But I think it's pretty hard to actually get your hands on those. So I wonder if I can sell that for something. Ooh, leftovers. That is really good. I think people buy leftovers for like 8K, I want to say. I'm definitely not going to sell it, but ooh, epic Tropius. Come on. Nice. Okay, now we're level 100. Boom. XP share. Scroll of Waters. $500. XP Candy L. Never Melt Ice. I would say that's not too shabby. So this could also be like thousands of dollars, I think. Let's go. That was a W boss tower session. Huge. I need some more Pokeballs because my next task is going to be to go crazy mode, catching as many Pokemon as possible. And we do have a decent amount of Pokeballs and like a decent bit of Ultra Balls, but I want more. How much is it to buy Pokeballs? $100 for one? I don't know about that. Well, what I'm going to do is go to the ocean because I feel like there's a lot of water Pokemon that we still need to catch. Aha, here is an ocean. Yeah, there's a lot of water Pokemon that we haven't seen, which I'm surprised about because we have been in the ocean a little bit so far. But there's Goldeen, there's Horsey, Shelder. Oh my god. Zorxidus. We haven't seen him yet. I guess we're going on a boat date. It is, again, better with more people. Theoretically, more Pokemon should spawn. There we go. There's a Shelder. Boom. There we go. There's Shelder. Ooh, now we're talking. What's up, girl? A little bit of Jinx. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't like the way you're looking at my Electabuzz, Jinx. Relax. Chill. He's taken. Bang. Jinx captured. Let's go. Boom. Horsey caught. Let's go. Wait, low-key, why is Horsey actually kind of adorable? Kind of cute. By the way, I BRTP'd to a beach biome and it took me here, which I don't think I've ever been to a mushroom biome before in Pixelmon. And it seems like only a Mungus is spawned here, but I swear I heard a Paris. I definitely did. Yeah, there's one. Dude, this thing is so ugly. I hate that I have to catch it, but one of those Pokemon that you look away as you throw the Pokeball because it is pretty embarrassing. Boom. Paris has been captured. Now, I don't mean to be rude, but this might break my camera. Cha-ching. Oh, at least it's kind-hearted, though. Ugly and kind-hearted. Ooh, a Slowpoke. I don't know how we haven't found a Slowpoke yet, but better late than never. I think a good strategy for me to do is to go to biomes that I haven't been to yet. Like, I think I should spend more time in the jungle. I should go to a swamp. I haven't been to a swamp yet. Probably the Mesa is a good spot to go. I think any of those spots, and I'll find some Pokemon that I haven't seen yet. There we go. Slowbro caught. Ooh, and it was part of a bingo card, so that just gave me 250 smackarones. Oh, yep. Smile for the picture. Smile for the camera. Okay. Jungle biome. Pretty sure Mankey's very common, so that should be Mankey off the board pretty quick. Oh, there's a Primeape. That's actually kind of rare, I think, but I'd rather catch a Mankey and then just evolve it. Actually, let's see if we can catch it. Ooh, there's a legendary in the Wonder Trade pool. I'm definitely going to try that. There we go. Primeape caught. Now I have to catch a Mankey. Hey, buddy. Cha-ching. And there's a Mankey. Easy peasy. And there's Mankey. Ooh, Grimer. Nice. Why does Grimer kind of sound like Scooby-Doo? Grimer. You can't tell me that's not Scooby-Doo. Cha-ching. Ooh, Venonat. Nice. Psyduck. Let's go. We're on a roll now. Bingo. Say cheese, buddy. Someone's camera shy. And after catching Pokemon for a while, we actually made some really good progress. Especially because all the Pokemon we caught were first evolutions. So all we had to do was evolve them again, and a lot more of our Pokedex would be complete. But after doing this for so long, I got pretty tired. So I decided to call it a night. And I went to bed, not knowing what the next day would bring us. But let me tell you, it was something special. Boys! It is now Sunday in real life. And just about every single Sunday, the server does what's called a sneak peek event. This is where in the Discord we put up 2 new custom Pokemon that you get to vote on to decide which one you want on the server. This week the voting was between Groudalure and Muton, 2 really cool fusion Pokemon. But honestly, without too much of a surprise, the Groudalure won. So that means that today, in just about 5 minutes actually, Groudalure will be summoned multiple times at the Vote Party Warp. Now with 105 players online and the majority of them trying to find this Groudalure, to be honest, we don't have much of a chance to actually find it ourselves. But that's definitely not going to stop me from trying. So without further ado, let's head over to spawn and get ready to hunt for our first fusion Pokemon. All right, here we are. The fusions, apparently the spawning starts in 2 minutes. Come on, Reginald, bring us some luck. We're gonna need it. I'm just gonna try to separate from other people, I think, but it seems like everyone's already doing that. There's like 1 person every like 20 blocks or so. I don't really want to do the math on this, but I think if I did, our percentages would be very, very low. It started. I think I see something in chat. Does that mean it spawned? Whoa, 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 whoa. Groudalure is one of the coolest Pokemon that we've ever released. If I can get my hands on one. Oh, sweet Nelly. Come on, show me a Groudalure. I do kind of like this strategy of like flying really, really low because that lets us go very fast. Whoa! 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 No, bro, I was reading chat! Dude, I was literally reading chat. That is... Nah, bro, people were calling me out. I actually can't believe it. People were calling me out for cheating. I was responding to the haters.
Hello there.
Why is it flying? Oh my god! Oh my god! I do apologize for screaming like a 12-year-old girl who just got a chihuahua as a birthday present, but to be honest, that is kind of what this moment felt like for me. Oh!
Oh my God. I'm not even gonna mess around. I'm not even messing around. We're master balling. We're master balling. Oh. Let's go. Groundler, baby.
This was one of the coolest Pokemon that I had ever seen. So I decided to Master Ball it instantly. I didn't want to play any games just in case this Pokemon had a Whirlwind or a Dragon Tail or some sort of move that could end the battle. I wanted to secure this Pokemon for myself.
I actually can't believe it. I actually cannot believe it. Not only did we just accomplish one of our main 3 goals, but we also got literally the newest fusion Pokemon in the entire game. And icing on the cake, it might just be the coolest fusion Pokemon ever released. Groudon fused with a Chandelure. And even on top of that, this makes it literally the most rare Pokemon on the entire server. As of now, I believe there's only 3 in the entire game. Yo. Okay, what typing even is it? So it's fire and it's Ghost with Turbo Blaze. Moves can be used regardless of the target's abilities. That's cool. Oh my God, it's got a good moveset. It's got a good nature as well. Dude, come on. Now, I know our goal was to only get 1 fusion Pokemon, but to be honest, I did not foresee us getting it in this way. And since we already have a fusion core and a couple of fusion shards, we honestly might be able to get another one. I mean, that was the plan all along. This was kind of just a bonus, to be honest. Dude, wow. What an absolute roller coaster of emotions. I thought that we missed out on our one and only chance. Bro, that first one spawned right in our face too, and I was typing. I actually can't believe it. I actually can't believe it. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, dude. Oh my God. It's so cool. Let's bring this bad boy back home. I can't stop looking at him. I can't stop. Dude. Oh my God. It's the coolest Pokemon I've ever seen. And guys, between me and you, sometimes when new Pokemon are just added to the game, they kind of slip through the cracks on ban lists, because for certain events on the server, Pokemon are supposed to be banned, whether that be a tournament, whether that be Warzone, or whether that be Battle Tower. Now, if you ever do find a bug where a Pokemon is supposed to be banned in a certain aspect of the game and it's not, obviously report it, right? Right, guys? Report that there's something bugged, which is certainly what I will do. What I'm saying, though, is that I think there's a chance that because Groundler is so new, that it might bypass the ban lists. And if that's the case, I might be able to use it in the Battle Tower. Is that... Am I a bad person? Am I a bad person, guys?
The only slight problem about Groudalure is that it is also fire type, which obviously doesn't pair super well with our Charizard because he is fire type. And Charizard is by far and away our strongest Pokemon at the moment. I didn't realize this going into it, but low-key, the vote crate is very solid. I managed to get some of my most rare and valuable items from it. Oh, that's me, right? Yes! Yo! Let's go! All right, come on, give me another fusion core. Ooh, choice specs, actually. That is really good. That's a very good battle item. And since Groudalure is a special attacker, that might actually come in handy. And I'm out of vote crates. But that was good. That was good. That's a good little vote crate session. Okay. So one thing that is really cool about all custom Pokemon on the server is that at level 100, they each get a custom move. A move that doesn't exist in normal Pokemon games. And to be honest, I don't know what Groudalures even is, but I'm really eager to find out. So what I'm going to do is EV train my Groudalure. This is something that I haven't done yet with any of my Pokemon, but to be honest, it is really, really important to EV train your Pokemon if you want them to be the strongest possible. With Groudalure, he seems to be a special attacker. So I'm going to train him fully in special attack and speed. Fastest way to do that is to go into the shop and buy a power anklet. You only need one of them, and then power lens is good for special attack. Each of these items help for different EVs. Power belt, I think, is defense. Power lens, special attack. Power band, special defense. Power anklet is speed. The bracer is attack, and the weight is HP. Now, depending on how you want to build each each Pokemon should change which power item you put on your Pokemon. So because at first I'm going to trade my Groudalure in speed, I'm going to put the power anklet on him. And now that we're at the Eevee's training area, I need to find the speed section. Okay, yeah, this is speed here. So these trainers have only level 1 Rookities. It's very intentional that you're able to eliminate them very quickly. And now that I've eliminated 3 of them with the power anklet on, if I do /Eevees 6, you'll see that my Groudalure has 0 EVs in anything except for speed. And the maximum you can get is 252 in one stat, with the maximum total of being 510. So I'm going to put all of Groudaleur's EVs in speed and special attack. Okay, and there we go. Now he is fully EV trained, so the last thing to do is get our Groudalure up to level 100. And while we do that, we may as well evolve our other Pokemon too. Wait, Poliwhirl rubs his big fat belly? Dude, this might be my new favorite Pokemon. I have no idea why, but this reminds me of some cartoon character. I can't put a finger on it though. I think it might be SpongeBob's mom. Cha-ching! Whatever you do, don't say muck backwards. Cha-ching! How does this Pokemon have 2 eyeballs but is looking 3 different ways? I don't know. Say cheese! Seaking might be the biggest lie of a name of all time. This is if you fused me and Adam together. I don't know who's who though. Hi, buddy. Hi, Slowbro. Oh, he's so adorable. Cedra, don't do it. Cedra, no. Cedra, no. Say cheese. Cheese. Ah, there we go. Groudalure is now finally level 100, which means he should learn his custom move. There it is. Terror. That sounds crazy. Let's see what it does. Only 75 damage. The user unleashes its phantom-like powers to launch a piece of the earth crust at its opponent, causing them to experience tremendous fear, lowering their speed and special defense. Ah, okay, so it lowers the opponent's speed and their special defense while doing 75 damage. That seems pretty good to me. Let's go. There it is, our level 100 Groudalure. This Pokemon has a crazy good level up set as well. It gets Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, Fire Blast, Earth Power. Also, boys, at the top of the screen, you can see that there is an outbreak going on. That means that there's a ton of that specific Pokemon spawning at the Safari. And right now it's an Execute, which still is a Pokemon that I need for our Pokedex, so it should be pretty easy to find one around here somewhere. And outbreaks are really good for finding hidden ability Pokemon or shiny Pokemon if you're hunting them specifically, just because so many of them spawn. And there we go. There's an Execute there and another one over there. There's gonna be plenty of them in this area. And there we go. Execute acquired. Okay, guys, and check this out. We still have quite a long ways to go, but our Pokedex is starting to get there. We did a really good job catching like the middle section of the Pokedex. The end, though, we still have a lot of work to do. Another Master Ball somehow. 15k for a Master Ball? I mean, it seems like 15k is a decent deal. Everyone's selling them for way more. This might be stupid, but I might buy these. Bro, I'm buying these Master Balls, and then I might just resell them. They seem like they just got listed. Bang. I mean, that's 30k of Master Balls, but if I do use these to catch legendary Pokemon, then I could sell the legendary Pokemon for way more than 30k. So I think that it should be worth it. Now that I got Groudalure level 100, it was time to finally put him to the test. Now, I know defeating gyms wasn't really one of my goals in this 100 days, but it's at least a good test of strength. And so I took Groudalure and the rest of my team to the first gym. And as you might have expected, Groudalure single-handedly destroyed the entire gym. And from defeating the gyms, you actually get some really solid stuff. Money, rare candies, but to me, what was most important was the Fusion Shard. Each gym guarantees a Fusion Shard upon defeating it. And with the momentum of defeating the first gym, I quickly rushed to the second. Unfortunately though, this gym was a Rock type, and Rock type was 4 times effective against my Charizard and 2 times effective against Groudalure. I think it's safe to say that this gym humbled me very quickly. Even with my fusion Pokemon, and this only being the second gym, it sliced through my team like a hot knife on butter. After catching, training, and playing with my Pokemon for a little while, I decided it was time to work on my next project, the museum. I had a very specific style in mind when going into it, and unfortunately, it required a very specific type of block. One that I didn't know how how to acquire naturally. And this meant that I had to buy the blocks. Yeah. And if you're wondering, the block that I so desperately wanted was this, a temple block and temple brick. A block that is pretty unique to any other type of block in Minecraft. The most similar block would probably be either sandstone or maybe endstone, something along those lines. Still though, I thought that the temple block fit perfectly for a museum. I started messing with some different color palettes, blending temple bricks with blackstone, and I thought it looked really cool. I started messing with some designs on the wall of the foundation. There was a couple of variations that I actually really liked, and some that I really didn't like. I went through variation after variation. But eventually, I found out that there was actually this block, a temple pillar. But not just a temple pillar, there was also this, a fractured temple pillar. And that really caught my attention. This might just be the most unique block that I had ever come across. Whoa, that's crazy cool. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. That's it. That's the bottom I was looking for. After going through many variations, I was finally happy with the base of our museum. And I know I've mentioned this before, but I am not a good builder. But I was really proud of this style. I have spent probably $20,000 on materials already. I think it's pretty safe to say that I have a pretty expensive taste when it comes to builds. Okay, so I've been trying to figure out what block I want to do for the roof. And honestly, it's tough. I can't think of anything that matches too great. But I think I've landed on dark prismarine. It's got a nice texture to it. It's a darker color. Here it is here. I'm also pretty sure you can make slabs out of it, which is good for roofing. The problem is, for one dark prismarine block, it is $30. That is insane. For a stack, it's $2,000. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do. I think I might leave and try to find a water temple and use that. Wait, what is this? This is not a water temple or a sea temple, whatever it's called. What is this? Hello? Whoa! What the? There's an art chalice in here. Bro, what? I can't collect that, can I? I don't think that's breakable, but imagine I could pick that up. It's gotta be worth a ton of money, okay? Oh my god, no, I just broke it and it's gone forever. No! Oh my god. Wait, there's a lot of prismarine here at least. It's all on the inside though. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, lapras. Okay. Boom, there we go. Lapras is a huge find out here. Ooh, finally, dude. Let's go. I think I found every single structure possible except for this. Oh yeah, jackpot. All right, I think that was a mission success. I hope that we got enough. Okay, but now we can finally continue building our museum. I'm not really a specialist in any type of Minecraft building, but I can definitely say for certain that I'm not a specialist at building roofs, as you could probably tell from my house. But I will say that I was pretty proud of how this roof came out. I think it really brought the structure together. I am going to be adding more detail as we go, similar with the house. Like the house is like kind of done, but it's not fully done. And we're kind of at the same exact spot with the museum. Like I do want to add more detail to the outside walls and probably spruce up like the landscape a little bit better. But overall, I think I like it. Now that is just the exterior. We now have to work on the interior. But the interior honestly should be relatively simple, I think. All right, boys, as the sun sets, I have a little bit of something to show you. Check this out. This is the finished museum. It was pretty much finished earlier. I just added some details to polish things up. Honestly, it's not perfect yet, but I gotta say, I'm quite a fan of it. I also was able to get a chisel placed down, which no one really has access to, but I got the managers to hook me up with that, which is pretty cool, considering that I'm trying to go for like a little bit of a museum vibe. But there still is a ton of work to be done because this is just the building itself. It doesn't actually have the Pokédex part, which is what the entire build is for. So anyway, I haven't at all started on the Pokédex showcase. But what I did do is try to map out exactly how I want it to be. And at first I had no idea how I was going to do it because putting 151 Pokemon Pokemon down on a wall is a lot. And I just couldn't figure out the logistics. I didn't know if I wanted to do like 3 different walls and all 3 walls were covered with Pokemon. I didn't know if I wanted to do one giant wall, but this is kind of what I've landed on. So essentially how it's going to work is underneath of these carpets are elevator blocks. There's no elevator blocks underneath it yet, so I can't go down. But when I do dig down there and put elevator blocks, you go here, you shift click, it takes you down to a level. At that level, it's only going to be a little circle, like a little tiny lobby. So pretend this is where the carpets are now. So there's a little circle, little lobby, and then right here is going to be a viewing area. And how it's going to work is you just walk up here and then you'll get to see all of the Pokemon that I've caught. And these are placeholders for where I was thinking of putting the display. At first, I was thinking that I would put them way back there, but that feels a little bit too far, so then I moved it closer, and that seems decent. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back. So I think I'm going to do 6 blocks back, and then it's 15 wide, 11 tall. So yeah, honestly, this could turn out really, really bad, but there's a chance, a slim chance, to be honest, but a chance nonetheless, that it turns out pretty cool. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get mining. Boys, definitely not done yet, but here is some progress. I'm gonna be honest. I did think it was going to come out a little bit cooler than this. Well, this might turn into like one of those projects where we have the structure down, but we just have to work on the details. But there's just so many blocks that it's going to be quite a headache to redo all of this. But anyway, hopefully you guys can see the vision now. Essentially, I can start it. Let's go. Let's do shop, and I need leather and lots of it, and it's unbelievably expensive. Oh my god, I don't know any other way to get it though, so we're just gonna do it. The amount of money I spent on blocks, it is actually insane. I cannot believe it. I really can't believe it. Here we go. And here is the last one, 151. Now, let's go grab all of our photos of all of our Pokemon. Oh my god, this is going to take forever, because now I'm going to put them all in order. First and foremost, we have our shiny Charizard, which is the 6th Pokemon in the Pokedex. There we go, first Pokemon placed. Here is the Pokedex so far. It's pretty well filled in. Still have quite a ways to go, but overall, I think we're doing a pretty solid job. As far as this room, and this room definitely could use some touch-ups, but overall, I think it's kind of cool. I think it's pretty cool. After building for a while and filling out a good chunk of my real-life Pokedex, I really got the urge to catch more Pokemon again. Unfortunately, in all of my adventuring, I still hadn't found any black or yellow apricorns, which meant that I still couldn't craft any Ultra or Quick Balls. And so I finally caved. Look, if I was going to complete the Pokedex, then I would need all the help that I could get, and Quick Balls were just too good not to have. So I bought an entire stack of them for $6,400. And with this stack of Quick Balls, I went on an absolute tear. I caught Spearow, Pikachu, Growlithe, Vulpix, Rhyhorn, Nidoran, Sandshrew, Ghastly, Onix, Doduo, Tangela, Chansey, Scyther, Tauros, Munchlax, Kangaskhan, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Magnemite, Magmar, Pinsir, Clefairy, Farfetch'd, Drowsy, Lickitung, Mr. Mime, Staryu, and Hitmonchan. Alright boys, now this is the updated Pokedex wall. Then with all those Pokemon, of course I had to go evolve them all to complete their evolution lines. Venusaur, let's go. That is all of the starters done now. Okay, and there is Rhydon. Fun fact about Rhydon, he was the first Pokemon to ever be designed. The board is really getting there now. To be honest, a lot of the gaps are Pokemon that evolve from stones, and I've sorted them roughly. Look at all of these Pokemon that need stones. Waterstone, Waterstone, Moonstone, Firestone, Firestone, Thunderstone, Leafstone, I think Moonstone, Waterstone, Moonstone, Leafstone. Just outrageous amounts of stones needed in Generation 1 to evolve Pokemon. And I'm sure I missed a couple too. Alright, boys. It's a good thing that we made a lot of money early on in this 100 days, because we were about to spend a ton of it on stones. We do have a couple already though. There's 2 Firestones there, a Shiny Stone, Dusk Stone. I think we might have a couple others laying around too. And now we need to use these to evolve our Pokemon. But for every stone that we don't have, I think that there are 2.5k. There might be like 10 Pokemon that we we don't have, which would be some quick math. $25,000 we might have to spend on stones. Okay, but there's Ninetales. Here is Growlithe into go. Let's get a picture of you. All right, here we go. Oh my god, dude, I hate this so much. Okay, we need one. I'm just gonna rip it off like a band-aid. 1 Thunderstone, 2 Leaf Stones. That's 7.5k. I think we need 3 Moonstones. That's 15k. 2 Water Stones. 20k. I think we need another Moonstone actually to get Nidoking. Oh! Between building blocks and stones, I think I'll have spent about $100,000. What on earth is wrong with me? My priorities are not good. I really need to figure that out. Okay, Execute. That is a Leaf Stone. Okay, Clefairy. That is going to be a Moonstone as well. Poliwhirl. That would be the Water Stone. Staryu, that's another Water Stone. Next we have Jigglypuff. Side note, as you probably noticed, I only had a picture of my shiny Charizard, not my actual starter, which was shiny Charmander or the shiny Charmeleon. And as I've mentioned, there's no way to actually revert a Pokemon into its previous evolution form. But since it was a Pokemon that I already had, I decided to ask in chat if anybody else had a shiny Charmander that I could just take a picture of. I wasn't going to do this for any other Pokemon because it didn't feel right taking a picture of a Pokemon that wasn't mine. So I asked in chat if anybody could help me out, and the Alex the Gate hooked me up. Is this guy the goat? Yes! Yes! This is what I need. Bang! Please give me Charmeleon too. Oh, he needs to level him up one time. Yes, bro. Alex the Goat. Wait, no, Alex the Great. He's missing the R. Alex the Gate. This is not Alexander the Great. It's the Alex the Gate. Let's go, though. I'm gonna call him Alex the Goat. All right, dude. This is looking good now. Yo. Okay, we do need Nidoking still, which, I mean, is easy. I just have to buy yet another stone. Another 2.5k. I'm gonna stop keeping track of all the money I'm spending. It just makes me sad. All right, there is the king. Oh, picture of Snorlax. Well, it's not my Snorlax, but I guess I'll snag one while he's here. I do have a Munchlax though, and I just need to evolve mine. I think I evolve him by happiness. Bro, there's so many people here. You know, the thing is, not because I don't love you guys, but I never ask people to come watch me do anything. Yet, I seem to always have about 10 people watching my every single move. I can't even fart in peace. We have every single Pokemon except for the fossils, the Eevees, and the legends. Okay, well, I know what to do. That is a lot of Waterstone shards. I wish I had seen these sooner. I wonder if they multiply with fortune, or they just give one. They do multiply. Okay, I wonder if I can sell Waterstones. If I can sell them, I highly doubt they're gonna be giving me much. Like, they're not gonna sell for 2.5k. I think they sell for like $100, but this would have saved me about $7,000 if I did this 20 minutes ago. Also, I don't know why I have Aqua Affinity. I'm only wearing Reginald on my head. I don't have an Aqua Affinity helmet, but apparently I do. All right, this is prime fossil area. It seems like someone's been here already though. Okay, here's one. There is- Whoa! Whoa! Fortune works for fossils? Wait, I did not know that. Whoa! Wait, that's sick. Also, there is a way to know what fossil you got before you even clean them or anything. I just don't know them off the top of my head, but I think I can look them up and figure it out beforehand. Okay. I want to say we have enough fossils now. Now I just got to figure out which one is which. So if you go /warp fossils, we just got to go into one of these rooms and clean them. Now this one to me looks like it could be potentially a Helix fossil. Let me get closer. Yeah, this one looks like it could be an old amber to me, and this one looks like a dome. Okay, you can like kind of vaguely tell based on these, but we are looking for dome, helix, and old amber. Okay, so this one is the dino. That's not what we want. That's the plume. That's not what we want. And that is the skull. That is not what we want. Okay. Well, let's try another one then. Oh, this one's definitely Ammonite. Yeah, that's the helix. Let's go. That is cover. No. And that's jaw. Try these ones. I should probably keep track of which ones I've done already. That's not it either. Oh my god. Ooh, dome fossil. Let's go. That's Kabuto and Ammonite. So now we need the old amber, which I actually don't think we have. I feel like that one's pretty obvious to tell. Ooh, that's definitely it. That is definitely it. Let's go. There we go. I will bet my whole life savings that that is it right there. Bink, old amber. Let's go. So now that we've cleaned all the fossils, we can put them into the fossil machine. There's 2 helix fossils, a dome fossil, and an old amber. Now that process does take a little while, so we're gonna be here for a minute. Wonder if there's a way I can showcase these somehow. They might look cool in an item frame or something. And that'd be cool to put in the museum. I think I'm gonna try that. Okay, why are these all stuck 33%? Are they done? Oh, you're trolling, dude. As if I'm not on a time crunch at the moment. Thank you for that. Okay, but there's Ammonite 1, Ammonite 2. Then, of course, we have Kabuto and Aerodactyl. Let's get pictures of all the boys. Gang, gang! Yeah. So this goes... Bang, bang. Where's that little munchkin at? There he is. Okay, so Munchlax evolves with happiness. So we have to get his friendship slash happiness, same thing, up to max, I believe. And to do that, guess what we have to do? Spend money. Yeah, I don't know how much. That maybe is enough. I think each of these berries gives like 10 happiness or something. A friendship. Okay, so he was at 70. Now he's at 80. So that's gonna be a lot of these berries. Love me, Munchlax. Love me. Let's be friends. We're friends, right, buddy? We're totally friends. I think he has to get to 220. He's at 175. How did he get to 175? All right, this amount of berries should do the trick. I mean, there is a way to do it without berries. You just have to like level him up and keep him out of his Pokeball for a while, but whatever, dude. We're just doing that. Okay, that still isn't enough for some reason. Whatever. I think it'll be fine after we just go to... training again, because we do have to level up some of the guys anyway, so we may as well level up Munchlax while we're at it. That'll get him some happiness, I think. There we go. Munchlax is now evolving, and we already have the Snorlax picture, so we don't need a picture of him. But I just can't resist. Cha-ching. There's Amistar and Kabutops. That's all of the fossils done now. Let's go add these bad boys. Bing, bing. Okay, so that's Eevee done. I need to get Porygon, which I believe I just need to craft PCs for that. Okay, so I think if I craft these, it should not only give me PCs, but yep, see, there we go. There's a Porygon leg, and we have to get all of the Porygon parts, and then we can spawn in a Porygon. It does mean that we're gonna need a lot more aluminum, though, so I guess we have to go mining. I'll be right back. There is the bauxite acquired. We can smelt this, make some more aluminum, and hopefully that'll be enough to get our Porygon. Okay, 2 heads and 3 legs. That's pretty unlucky that we keep getting the same thing over and over, but now we just need the body and the tail. Come on. Please, please, please. Do not make me go mining again. I'm begging you. I guess I have to go mining again because I got 5 Porygon heads and 3 legs. All right. 10 more. Please give me the body and tail. 3, 2, 1. There's the tail. Okay, here we go again. I'm gonna do it one at a time this time. And I need the body. 0 for 1, 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Ah, we got another head. 0 for 4, 0 for 5. I have made 50 PCs. 5-0. I might have a new least favorite Pokemon. I actually can't believe the amount of time that I spent trying to get this thing. It's insane. Just a disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting. Give me the body. Just give me the... I'm sick and tired of this. Give me the body. Oh... This was definitely the most love-hate relationship that I've had with getting a Pokemon. Because yes, it was incredibly annoying to have to craft these PCs in order to get the Porygon parts, but I also did kind of love mining with my giant hammer. We literally crafted a Porygon. That's crazy. That's crazy. We're actually mining and crafting Pokemon right now. Let's not mess this up. There we go. Porygon captured. Good frickin' grief. Porygon goes just before Ammonite. There we go. So now, honestly, we just have to catch a couple Eevees and get the legendary birds and catch a Mew, and the rest should kind of just fall into place, I hope. So let's go look for a couple of Eevees. They should spawn in this biome here. Okay, there is one Eevee. Let's see if we can find another. I think the first Eevee that we caught is also male, so we can't breed them, unfortunately. But you know what? Now that we're getting pretty gosh dang desperate for finding, honestly, a Mew. I think Mew is going to be the biggest problem here. I'm going to just start asking in chat. If anyone finds a Mew, I'll be your best friend if you let me catch it. Just saying. I highly doubt anyone's gonna let me catch their Mew, to be honest. I wouldn't if I were you guys, but I'm just saying, just putting it out there. If anyone finds a Mew, I'll do a lot of things for a Mew. Let's put it that way. Oh, there we go. There is another Eevee. In chat, we're talking about who is the best Gen 9 starter, which I say is Fuecoco, but also who is the worst first evolution starter of all time. I think it's like Fennekin, to be honest. Fennekin is garbage. Anyway, that is another male Eevee. That does mean that we have 3 Eevees now, so we can evolve all 3 of them into the 3 different evolutions. I'm starting to run pretty desperately low on money. I'm at under 80k. At one point, I was at $180,000. Luckily, we do have a Waterstone and a Thunderstone, though, so I think. Wait, do we? Well, we definitely have Waterstones. Okay, here's Waterstone shards. Just do that. Bang. There's a Waterstone. So here we go. We can now evolve one of these into the very lovely Vaporeon. Don't ask me why, but people are a little bit too fond of Vaporeon, in my opinion. I don't really get it. There we go. There's Vaporeon, and I can't find my other stones. I'm so sure that we have a Leaf Stone somewhere, though, but I'm too messy, too unorganized to find it. But here we go. This Eevee will be our Jolteon, and last but not least, our Leafeon. There we go. Let's get pictures of all 3 of these guys. Boom. I'm an idiot, and I would say about 75% of you guys know why. If you know, you know. Hand up, man. Hand up. I'm an idiot. I've been grinding this Pokédex for so long, my brain is just fried. Dude, I can't. Oh my god. Leafeon is Generation 2. Gen 1 is Flareon. Alright, I got another one. There we go. Eevee secured. The Generation 1 evolution. And there we go. Next on the dock is to fill up the orbs to then spawn in the legendary birds. We have one that is the fiery souls. We have another orb somewhere. Oh, there it is. What are you doing over here, little guy? So this one, I can turn into, well, I have to buy another stone actually, huh? I don't even want to know. I really don't want to know how much money I've spent on these stones. There's another 2.5k. Oh my god. What am I doing? No. I'm just exhausted, boys. I'm just exhausted. But there we go. Orb of Static Souls. Okay, my strategy, though, is to collect all of the Pokemon souls in the jungle biome, because the jungle biome is where Mew spawns. So, I may as well do it here, in the off chance that I can get a Mew to spawn on me. To fill up all 3 of these souls is going to take a long frickin' time, though, I gotta say. Especially doing it in the jungle, because jungle's kind of awkward to engage Pokemon with all these trees everywhere. Anyway, I think this is my best bet. It's definitely gonna take a while, but if there's a chance I can find a Mew this way, I gotta take it. Boys!
I know I just got done catching a whole ton of Pokemon, and to be honest, I wasn't planning on catching another Pokemon for a while, because I'm pretty burnt out. But something pink just spawned, and let's just say it's not normally pink. That's right, boys. We found another shiny. It is just a Glameow, which isn't the greatest Pokemon in the world, but hey, a shiny is a shiny, and this makes 3 shiny Pokemon caught in this 100 days, which I was not expecting at all. I feel like I could have made that a challenge of mine, but we did it anyway. Well, now we have 4 shiny Pokemon. Charizard's pretty cool, but we also have a Golbat, Eradicate, and a Glameow. Okay, we're getting pretty late in this 100-day challenge now, and there's something that I've been holding back from telling you guys. There's actually a pretty overpowered way to get quite a bit of money and items on the server. I've refrained from using this strategy because I was hoping I wouldn't have to use it. But to be honest, for the entirety of the last week, I couldn't help but think about it every single day. You see, when you play on the server, you get what's called playtime rewards. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys had seen that I have a lot of rewards to claim in the chat. Every hour or so, you will get reminded that you do have playtime rewards, as you can see right here. And like I said, I refrained from claiming these rewards because, well, I think that they might be kind of overpowered. But here's the thing. I know I might have a ton of Pokemon as of now, but to be honest, none of them are optimally trained. None of their IVs are good, only some of their EVs are good, their natures aren't good, and I don't mean to disrespect my team. I love each and every
every Pokemon that I've caught. But competitively, they could be much better. And since one of my goals is to become the top Battle Tower player on the server, well, I'm gonna need some help. And to be honest, claiming my playtime rewards should be fair game, because anyone on the server can do it. So, here we go. If I type in /playtime, you'll see that there is a ton of rewards to claim. Everything that is shining means it is ready to be claimed. In fact, I have a 24-hour claim. That is how much I've been playing. And it seems like I almost have the 48-hour claim. There's only 46 minutes remaining before I can claim that. I've been playing a lot more than I thought, apparently. Anyway, let's go ahead and claim these rewards and see what we get from them. Okay, rare candies. XP all. Lucky egg. More rare candies. Oh, non-legendary resize. Okay. 64 quick balls? That is insane. $15,000? See, that is what I want. I need money, and I need money really, really badly. Shiny triple choice token? Oh my. A park ball, which is pretty much a master ball. I don't care about that. Rare candies. A fusion shard. Are you out of your mind? 2 more park balls. I told you this is insanely overpowered. This is insanely overpowered. Also, those were all of just the basic rewards. I'm pretty sure this one is going to be something really good as well. What did I just get? A master ball. Whoa. Okay. Honestly, for a while, I was worried about catching the legendary Pokemon, but now we have 5 master balls, so that shouldn't be a problem. We also have 64 rare candies, and you know what? Let's make some money out of it. I'll list it for $50,000 and see if anyone wants to buy it. Okay, but honestly, the best part of the entire rewards was probably the fusion shard, because that puts us up to 6 total fusion shards. We only need 2 more before we can craft a fusion key. And getting a second fusion Pokemon will be really helpful for defeating all of the gyms. But let's go ahead and claim this triple shiny choice. I'm pretty sure the way it works is it gives us 3 different options at shiny Pokemon, and we get to pick one of them. Yep. Okay, to be honest, the choices are pretty bad. I guess I'll go with Manectric. Okay, and like I said, that was only one of the 2 super overpowered ways to get some really good items on the server. The next way is at spawn. So here at spawn, you may have noticed this as well, but there are these little chests everywhere. And these aren't just any chests, they are called treasure hunts. And if you find them, all you have to do is right-click them. And as you can see, I just got 16 Ultra Balls. That is one of 25 of these treasure chests hidden around the entirety of spawn. Here's another one. That's 5,000 coins that I just found. And I'm telling you, it only gets more overpowered. Between me and you, I'll let you in on a little bit of a strategy. Typically, every single important building in spawn does have at least one of these treasures. You just gotta find it. Aha! This one was right at the front door. And that is a legendary orb. Exactly what we need to get our 3rd legendary bird. Oh, another one. Random Pokemon. Here's another one. 3 common lucky blocks. That is one thing that I haven't really done much in this 100 days is open up lucky blocks. So that'll be pretty fun. Oh, there's one right behind the crates area. A lucky egg. Very nice. Oh, speaking of, I can still vote today. All right, let's see what we can get. If we get another fusion core, that would be insane. Many book. Depth Strider, okay. Ooh, Life Orb. That's actually really good. Perfect for battles. Power Anklet, okay. Or Power Bracer. It's good for training EVs at least. Ugh, repeat balls. Come on, give me Fusion Key. Good grief. Nothing good that time. 7.5k coins from that. Let's go. Now, after voting and finding some of those, we're up to $108,000. Oh, here's another one. 3 random Pokemon. Okay. Please give me a legendary. Give me Ditto. Dracloak! Whoa! Wait a minute. Dracloak is actually really, really good. It's a pseudo-legendary that evolves into Dragapult. Okay. Absol. Okay. And Tangrowth. All right. Wait, that is actually really, really good. And that does remind me, actually, Dragapult does have the ability to fuse, and in fact, it actually makes a really, really good fusion. It can fuse with a Greninja. Hold on. 8 rare candies. I'll take it. Hear me out, guys. What if we go and catch ourselves a Froakie, evolve it into a Greninja, go beat a couple of gyms so that we get enough fusion shards to then get a fusion key, then we fuse the 2 together to create another fusion Pokemon. That sounds like a pretty good plan to me. I think Reginald likes that plan too, right, buddy? In fact, let me actually check the GTS to see if there's any Froakies or Greninjas for sale. Oh, there is. 180k though? Whoa. I think that's because it's protein. It's a hidden hidden ability Froakie, and I don't necessarily need a hidden ability one. Right now we're at $109,000. I wonder if there's a way that we could get to 180 and buy that Froakie. Ooh, Bottles of Enchanting. That'll be good for my hammer. Okay, that's another 5k. That's good. Another random Pokemon. Whismer. Ooh, a Master Ball. At this point, we could probably sell one of our Master Balls because we have so many. Ooh, yes, another 7.5k. That means we're only 60k away from being able to afford the Froakie. Okay, so I just asked chat how much Master Balls sell for, and they told me 10k. Honestly, I'm just gonna believe them. I gotta be honest, it does feel kind of wrong to just accept so many Master Balls, so instead of keeping them, I'm just going to sell them. In fact, I'll even sell them at a little bit of a discount. Okay, there we go. That's 15k and 25k. They were both purchased by Best Sparky. Let's go. So that puts us up at $160,000, and that is only 20,000 away from being able to purchase the Froakie. So now I'm training some of my Pokemon so that I can finally defeat the second gym, so that I can get another fusion shard and get some money in the process. Before we do go on and challenge the gym, I may as well open up these lucky blocks and see what we get. Now, these are just common lucky blocks, so I'm not expecting very much from these ones. A Dottler. Oh, it upgraded. Okay, so now we have 2 uncommon lucky blocks, and last but not least, a Tyrant. Okay, not terrible, but now we have 2 uncommon lucky blocks. Let's crack these open and see what we get. Come on. A shiny Hoot Hoot. 3, 2, 1. Tortuga. All right, little guy, join the team. All right, well, now it's time to challenge the second gym again and see if we are any more prepared. That Archeops is really scary. So I battled the second gym again. Very optimistic this time around because I actually trained for it, but I still got cooked. So for about the 5th time, I felt pretty hopeless. I thought there was no chance I would be able to get my fusion Pokemon, one that I actually fused myself. As much as I loved my Groudalure, I still desperately wanted to make one of my own. And that's when I remembered one more trick. I already showed you guys the playtime rewards, and I also showed you the treasure hunts at spawn, but there's still one more way to get a bunch of passive rewards on the server, and that is called the Battle Pass. To be honest, when I started recording this video, I remembered about the Battle Pass, and then I totally forgot about it as the days went on. So, without further ado, let's see what Battle Pass level we are. Okay, here we are. We're at least level 7, and I can claim all of these rewards. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh boy. Oh boy. I even have the premium, the deluxe pass. I didn't know that. Okay, nice. So that's 7 levels. Okay. That's 14 levels. Is any of this even good though? Okay, 2.5k. I need to get to 180k. That's my goal. An Origin Ball. I need more money though. Give me money. 3k. A lucky egg. More money. Choice specs. Common lucky block. Wishing pieces. Oh my god, what level are we? Holy smokes, we're already level 35. 4k. Golden hourglass. More lucky blocks. 4.5k. Oh my gosh. 40 repeat balls. Rocky helmet. 3-hour legendary spawner. Whoa. Whoa. I didn't even know that's a thing. But there's legendary spawn boosters, and I just got 3 of them for 3 hours each. Oh, whoa. Okay, this is gonna be really, really good when I go to hunt the Mew. Oh my god. Okay, I'm putting all my battle pass stuff in here. I still have more though, I think. How many more levels do I have? That was what level? 28, 35, 42. Do I have the? Oh my god. 5k. Wait, we might be at 180k now. 5.5k. Epic Crate Key. Oh, there we go. That's the last level that we're at. 53. Oh my goodness. 6k. Do I have that? Oh my god. What? How much money do we have? $196,000, boys. Oh my good lord. I may have failed at beating just the second gym on the server, but we're still up, baby. We are still up, boys. That is huge. And we just got crate keys from that. We got lucky blocks from that. Dude, if we could just get one of these lucky blocks to upgrade twice, that's a legendary Pokemon. Oh my god. Come on. Upgrade? Dang it. Mimikyu. Whoa. I could fuse Gengar with our Mimikyu, but I don't want another ghost type fusion. Farfetch'd? No. Yes, that's one upgrade. Let's go. Pangoro. Okay. Politoed. Pyroar. Why not? Upgrade, please. Magby, please upgrade. Please upgrade. Oh, good god. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. We have one more chance here at getting a lucky block to upgrade to the legendary tier. Please do it. 3, 2, 1. Shiny Mincino. Actually, I think there's a quest to actually defeat shinies. Yes! Look, if you defeat a shiny, you actually get 10k for it. But I might be on a... Oh my... What is this for? I caught 5 shinies so I get 25k in a fusion shard. Ho 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 ho!
go. Yo. Okay. You know what? We're actually going to catch this thing because that puts us a little bit closer at becoming a pharaoh. Oh my god. 25k and a fusion shard. Let's go. Now this is going to move up to 6 shinies called. If we get to 10 shinies called, we get a hidden ability voucher and 50k. And if we get to 15, it's 75k. Oh, lordy. We only need one more fusion shard now to be able to craft a fusion key. That is 7. And where's our orb? Oh god, where's our orb? Oh, there it is. Okay. Whew, for the core. Okay. And now we have some crate keys to open now too. Okay, we'll start with the rare one. I think that's the worst tier. I don't even know what we can get. Ooh, 10k would be nice. Honestly, any amount of money and I'll be happy with it. Lots of master balls in here. Whoa. Oh, I got the most common one. Are you kidding? Is that just rare candies? Tell me that's not just rare candies. It is. That's okay. We're saving all of our luck for the epic crate. This one is a little bit better. Give me something good. Can you get a legendary from this? I don't know, dude. Just give me something like give me a purple color or an orange color. Green? Is green good? I think green is okay. I think it's an uncommon reward. What is that one? It is non-legendary shiny of choice and 7.5k. Okay, so we can redeem any non-legendary and make it shiny. The fake crate honestly isn't even that great. You either get a random Pokemon or a random shiny Pokemon. But I don't think ever a legendary Pokemon. Are there any legendaries in there? Whoa. At least be shiny. Oh, but it's a Cranidos. A Rampardos. Okay, specific shiny. Let's do... What would be a cool shiny to have in our collection here? Look at our shiny Zubat and Golbat and our shiny Rattata and Raticate. Let's go. What is a cool shiny though? Ooh, maybe Gyarados? Yeah, I say we do a shiny Magikarp and Gyarados so that we can put a shiny Gyarados here. Let's do that. There we go. So now we can take a picture of our Magikarp and replace the regular Magikarp with a shiny one. Booyah! That's so sick. And now we can just evolve this guy into shiny Gyarados. There we go. Cha-ching! Honestly, there's a lot of really cool shinies, especially in the newer generations, but shiny Gyarados definitely holds up to be one of the coolest shinies still to this day. Look at that, dude. It looks so cool now. Imagine I did all of this, but shiny only. I don't even want to think about it. Now we have $278,000. Oh my Lanta. I've been talking to some people because I feel like this Froakie that's 180k is fairly priced, but it is a hidden ability Froakie. Which does make it a lot more expensive. The problem is the only time anyone does breed Froakies is when they are a hidden ability. My point is that I'm not going to find another Froakie that someone is selling that is also battle perfect but not hidden ability. So this is going to be my only option if I want to get a Froakie that is really strong. So I am kind of overpaying for this because I don't even need it to be hidden ability, but you know what? I will happily take a battle perfect Froakie, which will eventually evolve into a Greninja. This is easily the biggest purchase that I've ever made. This is a $180,000 Pokemon. Let's do it. Okay, I did it. It should be in my party. There it is. Level 1 Froakie. And to be honest, this Pokemon will probably be able to almost sweep the entire second gym on its own. Whoa, and it's in a cool Pokeball too. Is this an Origin Ball? That's pretty cool. Now, some of you guys might be thinking to yourselves that I should just breed the Froakie so that I can get more of my own, but unfortunately it is unbreedable. If it was breedable, that Froakie probably would have been around $400,000. Also, I know that I have a Dreepy now from that random paper, but I am trying to get my hands on a really good IV one. This way when I fuse the Greninja and Dragapult together, they'll be the perfect IVs. And this guy named Dwarvo is actually telling me that he'll sell me one. Okay, apparently a fair price is $80,000 for it, but we only have 98k left. But to be honest, I'm happy to spend all of my money on this Pokemon. So there we go. There is the transaction right there. He sent me the Dreepy. I sent him $80,000. And there he is. Dreepy and Froakie. Right now, they are both only level 1 and not even evolved. Anyway, as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, these two little Pokemon are only destined for greatness. I will make it my mission to train them to be the best 2 individual Pokemon they can possibly be. And then when the time comes, fuse them together to create a Dragon Ninja. And with that being said, let's go train them to their maximum potential. Alright, now that EV training is done, it's time to get them to level 100. Back to slaughtering Garchomps. Let's do it. Oh yeah. There's our Greninja learning Water Shuriken, its signature move. Alright, and there we go. The boys are now level 100. Okay, and this is the first time that I'm actually buying moves for my Pokemon. If you run the command /buy move, then you can click on a Pokemon and it shows you all the moves that you can buy. They are pretty expensive though, because they're $2,000 each, but to be honest, I think it's worth it. Don't get me wrong, the main reason that I spent $260,000 on these two Pokemon was because I was planning on fusing them in the future. But since they were both insanely strong Pokemon individually, I realized while I still had them, that meant that I had 3 insanely strong Pokemon, including of course our Grattler. And if you didn't know, the Battle Tower is only 3 versus 3, meaning you only need 3 strong Pokemon in order to do well in it. So after all 3 of my Pokemon were perfectly trained, I headed straight to the Battle Tower. And as mentioned before, Grattler is most certainly supposed to be banned from all of these things. But because of how new he was to the server, there is that chance that he bypasses those rules. And so I went to challenge the Battle Tower, half optimistic and half doubtful. But to my half surprise, it did actually allow me to bring Grattler in. And so I thought my team was going to be absolutely unstoppable. We had a fusion Pokemon, a pseudo-legendary, and debatably the strongest starter Pokemon of them all. What could go wrong? Well, a lot. Apparently. I tried challenging the Battle Tower over and over again, and no matter how hard I tried, I was never able to make it on the top of the leaderboard. Failure after failure. And after a while, I got hit with a little bit of a realization. I do kind of believe in karma, and in this instance, low-key, I was kind of trying to game the system a little bit, because I knew that I wasn't supposed to have a Grattler. And so, as badly as I did want to be the top-ranked Battle Tower player, at the same time, if I did achieve that goal, I don't think it would have felt right anyway. So honestly, maybe it's for the best that I just got destroyed over and over again. Even though I failed, it did motivate me more to complete the rest of my goals. And so, more motivated than ever, I finally made a push to go after the legendaries. And the reason that I'm doing this in the jungle is because that is exactly where the legendary that I'm looking for spawns. Mew. I do have a strategy to get our hands on Mew, and that strategy requires a ton of dirt. So let's collect as much as we possibly can. This is very satisfying, but there really should be a hammer version of a shovel. Okay, now that we have our dirt, it is time to head to the jungle biome because that is where Mew spawns. So let's BRTP over there, and we want to get as center of a jungle as we possibly can. So strategy is simple. You just have to go to a biome where the Pokemon that you're looking for spawns. Then you build up high enough to where none of the Pokemon will spawn underneath you. In the jungle, that means you have to build kind of extra high, and that should be enough. Now that we're way above all of the trees, we're gonna place our grass block. This is going to mark the centerpiece of our Sky Island platform. Now what we do is just expand the platform as much as possible. Aha! And check this out, our first Pokemon spawn. That will be the first of many. Okay, and to help the grass expand even more, I'm gonna put a grass block in each of the corners. And about a full inventory of dirt later, this is what we got. I think we can do better though. I will be right back. This is very satisfying. And we're back. Bruh. Nah, there's not another sky platform right there. There's no way that I just built all this for nothing. Okay, and there we go. That is all the dirt. That is 2 entire inventories of dirt. And also, it turns out I may have misspoken about the whole grass situation. It seems as though Pokemon can still spawn without it being a grass block. Yeah, that's my bad. Now, it's time to slaughter. But before we do, there's one little thing that we have to activate. This right here. Personal Legendary Pokemon Booster increases the chance of a legendary Pokemon spawning by 3 times, and it lasts 3 hours long. If there's ever a time that I'll get a Mew to spawn, it's within the next 3 hours. I'm making sure to bring every single Pokeball possible with me. Oh, and I have an Ice Stone right here. I don't even know where I got that from, but let's go ahead and combine our last orb with the Ice Stone to create the Orb of Frozen Souls. Now we have the Orb of Frozen Souls, Static Souls, and Fiery Souls. I'm going to be spending a lot of time here, but if my plan wasn't obvious enough, I'm going to activate my 3x multiplier for legendaries, and while it's active, I'm going to slaughter every single Pokemon here to fill up our 3 orbs to then be able to catch the 3 legendary birds. Some would say 3 birds, 1 stone. And without further ado, let's do this. The more Pokemon that I can take out, the more Pokemon that will spawn. So there is absolutely no time to waste. The quicker I can take out Pokemon, the quicker Pokemon will spawn, the
better chance I will have. That's going to be the most difficult part of getting all the legendaries. Oh, yes. I just got a fusion shard from the playtime rewards. Let's go. Oh my God. Wait, that's so good. Whoa. That's for playing for 48 hours. Oh my God. I need to go outside. But getting that fusion shard is so good because that makes our 8th fusion shard, which is the last one that we need to craft the fusion key. Now, I would love to go infuse the Dragapult and Greninja right now, but seeing as how we have the 3-hour 3x legendary boost active, I don't want to waste any time doing any unnecessary tasks. The Sky Platform strategy does seem to be working extremely well. I will say that it is even more effective, specifically in the jungle biome, because the jungle biome itself is a very difficult biome to actually see Pokemon, as opposed to, for example, a plains or an extreme hill. You have a lot of visibility, but in the jungle, it's really hard to find individual Pokemon. I can feel a Mew any second now, and also my orbs are kind of starting to fill up. All right, boys, it looks like my first orb is about to be full, but I think when it does technically get full, it'll glow blue, and it looks like we're almost there. You can tell because the durability on it goes up and up and up, and right now the durability looks like it's almost at 100%. It is now full. To be honest, I don't think I should do this, but I am going to take a little bit of a break of trying to get a Mew and catch this Articuno, honestly, because I need it mentally. We now have 3 Pokemon that have Thunder Wave on it: Dragonite, Electabuzz, and Raichu. Surely one of them will be able to get it off. We also have Quick Balls though, so I'm probably going to Quick Ball first turn, and 58 Ultra Balls. I really hope that's enough. To be honest, going into this battle, I was really nervous. I know that I had already caught a ton of Pokemon, so you'd think that I should be pretty used to it. I don't know. Something about spawning in a legendary was different. Anyway, boys, here we go. Let's see if we can catch ourselves an Articuno. Reginald, wish me luck, buddy. Level 70 Articuno. Please just live one Dragonite and get the Thunder Wave off. That's all that I ask. No, I die. Oh my God. Why did I think I was spawning Mew for a second? And that was a terrible start to this battle. Because I'd been looking for a Mew for so long in the jungle, for some reason, the only thing in my head was Mew. So when I went into this battle, I was thinking level 50 Mew, which is why I brought my level 55 Dragonite, so that it could Thunder Wave it and hopefully get some damage off. Unfortunately for me though, what was standing across from me was not a level 50 Mew. It was a level 70 Articuno, which just started destroying my Pokemon. And if I was unable to paralyze or do any damage to the Articuno, I knew there was a good chance I wouldn't be able to catch it. All right, and all of my Thunder Wavers are dead. This is awesome. This is really good. And that, my friends, is what is called sarcasm. This is going horribly. I was too scared to try to do any damage to it because my only Pokemon left were my level 100 Charizard and, of course, my level 100 Groudalore. And I thought that using any attacking move might kill the Articuno, which obviously is not what I wanted. And so I just started throwing a ton of Pokeballs at it. I ended up throwing so many that I was getting worried that the Articuno might start to struggle soon. That happens when the Pokemon runs out of moves to use completely. And when a Pokemon uses struggle, it does damage to itself. But after throwing over 40 Ultra Balls and a couple of others, this happened. Whoa! Oh, I caught it! Oh, yes, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's go. Okay. I'm not panicking. 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 Okay. I might be panicking a little bit. Okay. Articuno, we're going to take a picture of you, buddy. Say cheese. Jitching. Let's go. Oh, let's go. Oh, that's so good. So Articuno goes bink right next to Snorlax. Let's go, boys. Come on. That is really good for us. The problem, though, is a couple of things. One, that took a lot of time. And two, it took up a lot of Pokeballs. We started with 58 Ultra Balls, 50-something Repeat Balls, some level balls that are now completely gone. I just cannot afford to take that much time and use that many Pokeballs against the other 2 legendary birds. Okay, according to the Pixelmon wiki, though, Mew does spawn only at daytime. So next time I do go and try to catch one of the other legendary birds, I will make sure to only go if it's nighttime. This way, I don't really jeopardize any chance of Mew spawning. Oh, level 55 on the battle pass. I thought that was going to be my battler level. What do we get? Ooh, another fusion shard. Let's go. Ooh, it's nighttime. You know what that means. I'm gonna spawn in the Zapdos now. Okay, but before we do, I should really think this through. First of all, I'm definitely bringing Articuno because it's my only Pokemon that is anywhere near the level of Zapdos. So it should hopefully be able to do at least a little bit of damage to it. And a bigger problem with Zapdos is that it's very hard to paralyze because I don't think you can just Thunder Wave it. What I will do though is I'm definitely bringing this Rhydon. But how can I do some damage to it? Maybe we can teach Greninja just like a regular old normal move that is really, really like Pound. There we go, Pound. That will be good. Okay, and you know what as well? I am going to put leftovers on some of my Pokemon just to make sure that they live a little bit longer. With that being said, it's time to warp back to the shrines, and instead of heading to the Ice Shrine, we're going to the electric one. After capturing the Articuno, you'd think that I'd be more confident going into this battle, but I wasn't. Because I knew how difficult it was to catch the Articuno. And if catching the Zapdos also required 30, 40, 50 Pokeballs, then I wouldn't have many more for the Moltres, for the Mew, or for the Mewtwo. So I needed to capture the Zapdos quickly. Zapdos has been spawned. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna throw a Quick Ball at it, because as I've explained many times already in this video, Quick Balls are only very effective on the first turn, and who knows, maybe it'll work. And it didn't. Classic. Yes. Okay, that's actually perfect. As long as we don't crit on this next turn. Oh, maybe wait, is U-turn better here? U-turn's definitely better. Ooh, he's at 36%. That is scary if I try to hit him again. That is actually really scary. Okay, but with Rhydon, Horn Attack, there's no way Horn Attack kills. Oh my gosh, that was a crit. Oh my gosh, that was a crit. Okay, we can still do one more Horn Attack. Even if it does crit, it doesn't kill. Okay, so we got him into the red. That's pretty much as good as we could ask for. Now, it's really just time to send Ultra Balls at him and hope that he doesn't take as long to catch as the Articuno did. Oh my god! Wait, first try! Let's go! Oh my god! And let's go, boys! That battle could not have gone any better than that. With just one Ultra Ball, we managed to capture our second legendary Pokemon. Oh man, I guess that's how you're supposed to do it, is get the Pokemon into the red. So it does make sense that I caught that one faster than the Articuno, but what do I know? Okay, here we go. Zapdos, you know what to do, buddy. Say frickin' cheese. Cha-ching. All right, Zapdos goes right next to our Articuno, and that is just one step further to completing our masterpiece. Ooh, and there we go, boys. The last orb is full. The orb of fiery souls. This is the one that spawns in Moltres. All right, boys, and here we are, the Fire Shrine. And without further ado, Reginald, wish us luck. Thunder Wave it instantly. Get this thing paralyzed. There we go. That Drill Peck is good. That does a lot of damage. Come on. Come on. Ultra Ball. Yes! Dude, let's go. First try again. And boys, we were rolling now. We just captured all three of the legendary birds. And although I was super proud of it, there was still that looming feeling that the most difficult task was still in front of me. Oh, that is what I'm talking about. Look at our party now. Articuno, Zapdos, and now Moltres. Your two brothers right next to you. Oh, dude, Moltres, you got the bad genes of the bunch. You know what? You are just as handsome. Say cheese. Moltres has been added to the collection. To be honest, not only was it really great that we saved time by catching it so quickly, but we still have a bunch of Pokeballs left for if and when Mew decides to spawn. But there isn't too much time left with our 3x multiplier. There's no guarantee that it even will spawn. Guys, I would just like to inform everyone that I think I hate myself and everything that I stand for. So I was talking to some people on the server, and I told them that I've been looking for a Mew for a while now, and their response was, "You're in the right biome, right?" And I said, "Yup." And they said, "What biome?" And I said, "Jungle!" P-Wiki Mew. Here we go. Here's Mew, and here's its spawn biome. Modified jungle and jungle hills. Now, to be honest, I don't know if that means that it doesn't spawn in the regular jungle, but that is where I was. So I went over here and I built a new spawning platform, one that is smaller than the other one, but to be honest, I just cannot be asked to build another enormous one. However, we are now in the jungle hills with very little time left on my 3x legendary booster, but at least now I'm 100% sure that it can spawn. It's nighttime right now, spawn, so I'm actually going to do a little bit of mining, and specifically in a mountains biome. That is because we need to get our hands on some emeralds. Not many, only 2, I think, maybe 3. We are also going going to need a little bit of aluminum and some obsidian, which I'm hoping we can just find in a cave. Oh, yes, there we go. Emeralds. How many? 2, 3. Okay, I think that's all I need. Perfect. Now I just need a lava. Can I get this water to trickle all the way down to that lava? I think we can. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Whew. Okay. Easy peasy. Whoa! Uncommon boss. Bro, that is so rare. Haha. These are so rare. If you get one that's like that has a mega form, like a boss that's a mega form, it spawns as a mega. But obviously, Lynn doesn't have a mega. Cherry, cherry, baby.
Execute.
What? Was there an announcement? Did I miss the announcement? Oh my! Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, okay, okay. It's happening! It's happening! It's happening! It's happening! It's happening! What do I bring? What do I bring? What do I do? What do I do with my hands? Boys, there he is, the one and only Mew. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. We start off with a thunder wave, and you know what? I'm gonna throw a quick ball at it this turn. Come on. Oh my god, it's wiggling. Oh my god, it's wiggling. Come on. All right, let's go. Let's go Tangrowth. Okay, bro is literally healing. I'm just gonna start chucking Ultra Balls at it. At least we got it paralyzed. I don't think that we can do much damage to it. I don't want to risk attacking it with any other Pokemon, to be honest. We did it with Articuno. We can do it with Mew. Oh my god. Let's go! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoo. You know the drill by now. Mew, say cheese. Boys, that means that we were down to just 2 Pokemon left. Boys, it is time. All we have to do is craft ourselves a clone machine, which luckily we have all the ingredients needed. First, you need to make 2 fossil machines. To make one of those, you need a fossil machine tank, a fossil machine display, a fossil machine base, and last but not least, a fossil machine top. And with those 4 components, you put them in the crafting table like so, and boom, you have a fossil machine. But of course that is not a clone machine. There still are a couple more components. First, we need to convert a fossil machine into what's called a green tank. Then we need to convert the other fossil machine into the orange tank, which is a very similar recipe, just with gold instead of emeralds. And now that we have both, we need to make the cloner cord, which will connect the two. And the last recipe is pretty obvious. Cloner cord in the middle, green tank on the left, and of course, the orange tank on the right. And there we have a cloning machine. And in my hands is what is used to clone a Mew into a Mewtwo. Now, I've said this before, but there's absolutely no guarantee that we actually get our hands on a Mewtwo, because there's a very high chance that we end up getting a Ditto, which, to be honest, is kind of what I want for the first clone run. You see, you can only clone a Mew 3 different times, and if you don't get a Mewtwo from it, well, you are out of luck. So, for Pokedex purposes, I'm hoping that we get a Ditto on the first try, and then to save myself from having a heart attack, I hope the second try is the Mewtwo. And I've been debating where to place cloning machine, but honestly, I don't think that there's any better spot than in the entrance of the museum itself. Wait, that actually fits pretty perfectly. Ooh, my heart is racing, boys. Oh my god. The thing is, if we get a Mewtwo though, it's gonna be easy to catch because we do obviously have a Master Ball. The way that this works is, I believe we just right-click this. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now Mew is in there. But in order to actually activate the machine, you have to insert 3 blocks of either diamond, gold, or iron. No one panic. No one panic. No one panic. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. It's working. It's working. It's working. Hold on. Let me get a 6 Pokemon on my party just in case. Okay, there we go. There we go. What is it going to be? We're going to be able to see what it is pretty early, I think. What is it? It's a Mewtwo! It's a Mewtwo! It's a Mewtwo! It's a Mewtwo! Oh my god. Let's go! Yes! Yes!
I don't know if this means I can still get Ditto, though. I don't know if I can still clone this Mew to get a Ditto. Honestly, I don't care, though. I'm so glad that we got the Mewtwo. We're gonna try to save the Master Ball. We may as well attempt to save the Master Ball, but dude, oh my god, let's go. Actually, I've changed my mind. We're throwing the Master Ball at it because I want my Mewtwo to be caught in a Master Ball. Every time I throw this thing out, I want to see a Master Ball. And just like that, boys, we've done it. We freaking did it, dude. Let's go. There he is. The strongest Pokemon in all of Generation 1, a level 80 Mewtwo. And as you can see, the cloning machine got completely destroyed. And when it does get destroyed, if you try to pick it up, it just gets deleted. So this is actually a really cool little memento, sort of completes our museum. But I feel like Mewtwo needs to be the last Pokemon placed. So let's go make another cloning machine and see if I still can clone my Mew. Okay, there we go. We now have another clone machine. Okay, let's see. Come on, Mew. Oh my god, it can. So technically, there's a chance that I could literally get 3 Mewtwo's. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Well, I don't have any more Master Balls, so I really need to make sure I'm prepared for this one. Wait, if I don't end up using my Mew, what a cool flex it would be to just leave a Mew sitting in the clone machine forever. Anyway, I have 57 Ultra Balls, all the Quick Balls ever. I don't think I can really be much more prepared than this. Is it gonna work? It does work. Okay, low key, I kind of want a Ditto. Just so I can complete my Pokedex. But I'm also not going to be too upset if I get another Mewtwo. Oh my... What? I actually cannot believe it. I actually absolutely cannot believe it. I've been playing Pixelmon for so long, I've never known that one Mew can make multiple Mewtwo's. This is insane. Oh my gosh. First try! Oh! I have 2 Mewtwo's! Oh! Nah, this is actually annoying though, because now I have to go make a whole other cloning machine. Bro. It's worth it though, I can't lie, it's worth it. I have 2 freaking Mewtwo's. Okay, we are back and we have another cloning machine. If you put diamond blocks into the clone machine, it guarantees Mewtwo. Oh, maybe not guarantee. The maximum success rate is 37.5% with 3 blocks of diamond. And I got it twice. Diamond is better for odds for Mewtwo. Iron is better for Ditto. It would be so cool to get 3 Mewtwo's, but this time I'm going to use iron blocks. I really, really need a Ditto. There we go. All right. Mew, please give me a Ditto. Seriously. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not. Give me a Ditto. That's 1 iron block, 2, and 3. Let's go. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Show me Ditto. I'm closing my eyes. I'm closing my eyes. Please give me Ditto. Please give me Ditto. Please give me Ditto. Please. 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 I'm opening in 3, 2, 1. You have got to be kidding me. You have got to be absolutely kidding me. Are you serious? What are the chances? So it's 37% with diamonds. It's less with iron blocks. And I got the Mewtwo 3 times. Well, let's see if we can catch it. Look, I have a 2 catch combo with Mewtwo. When will you ever see that again? I will say, I think each Mewtwo, depending on like its nature and IVs and stuff, they must be like at least 120, 130k. And there we go, we got it. Let's go. Do you want me to use one of mine to spawn a Ditto for you, lol? I need to do it anyway, so low key, I'm not sure how much 4Z's has been in the video, but this guy's been very, very helpful to me this entire time. But I feel like it's only right for me to offer him an actual Mewtwo for the Ditto. So I did. Oh, he just sent me the Mew. Okay, so I guess I'll do it here. Where am I supposed to put this thing? I'm just gonna break it after, I suppose. But anyway, okay, so he sent me the Mew. Now what I'm supposed to do is put the Mew in and then put in iron blocks. 1, 2, 3. If this is a Mewtwo, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna actually freak out. Okay, here we go. Please just be a Ditto. Please just be a Ditto. Please just be a Ditto. It is. Is it? It is! Yes! Okay. It only took 4 tries.
But there is the Ditto. There we go. We caught him. Now we do have to pay our dues. So we'll send the last Mewtwo to forward seas. I think that is in our slot 3. There we go. Okay. But here is Ditto. Finally. And here we go. The very last picture. Say cheese. And here we go. We can finally place the last 2 pictures to our Pokedex. There's Ditto. And last, but certainly not least, 3, 2, 1. All 151 Pokemon captured and placed. There is one last thing to do here, which is seal everything up. And I do have one more idea. And ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for the entire Pokedex grand reveal. It has been one heck of a journey. And it's really cool to see that it all got documented in this room right here. So boys, check this out. All 151 Pokemon in the Pokedex. Oh my god, this is easily my biggest accomplishment, my biggest project, my biggest achievement that I've ever done in all of Pixelmon. There's the shiny Charmander line, our starter. And there's the first shiny that we ever caught, Zubat. And of course, the other one, Rattata. So many of these Pokemon took forever to find, took so long to evolve, or took so many materials to spawn in. Yes, Porygon, I am looking at you. Every single Pokemon here has a special place in my heart. Charmander for being my starter Pokemon, and Mewtwo for being my most rare. This 100-day journey has been an absolute blast. I got to meet so many new people, start an entire town. There's even a town board where people write every single day. Sirud is the GOAT for real. I'm pretty sure there was one that said Sirud stinks right here, but I guess people didn't like that and they broke it. To be honest, it's been a long time since I've played Pixelmon this way. Instead of doing mini games and challenges, this was an entire adventure, something that I hadn't done in years. And it's definitely something that I want to continue doing. But before we conclude, there still is one more thing that I have to do. That's right, guys. I know you didn't forget. As much as I've been wanting to complete the Pokedex, I can't lie, this has been on my mind the entire time. Now that we have 9 fusion shards, we only need 8 of them to go around the outside and the fusion core in the center. There we go, a fusion key. And with it, we can go to /warp fusions, where we can find this. Looks like a little bit of an upgrade from the cloning machine that we so well know. But this one is a little bit more powerful. So let's go into the computer, add in the Greninja on the left, the Dragapult on the right, put in our fusion key, and confirm. Our brand new fusion Pokemon, Dragon Ninja. There they are. There's Greninja, there's Dragapult, and there he is, Dragon Ninja. Look at this Pokemon. Oh my god. And just as I thought, because both my Greninja and Dragapult were perfect IVs, so is this Dragon Ninja. As much as I would love to use it in battle, unfortunately, our journey is complete. In just 100 days, we were able to accomplish what I never thought would be possible. Here are my 6 favorite Pokemon that we've acquired over the time. But boys, that is gonna wrap it up. If you did enjoy this 100-day video and want me to do a 200 days continuing this adventure, let me know by leaving a like on this video. If you guys decide to embark on a journey of your own, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy training.